Friday. It's the 7th of March 2025. We've only got 292 days to go to this, and this is Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo, along with Mike 7 Hotel Quebec Sierra. That's Helen, Queen of Scotland, who's observing from the Royal Box. Before we get the net going proper, folks, we need to go and check. Is there any priority or emergency traffic? If so, please call now. Very good, nothing heard. Well, folks, this night does meet every single Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 9 p.m. UK time, 2100 UTC. Of course, from next week onwards for 3 weeks, it's going to be a right mixture, but we'll figure that out as we go forward with the time changes happening across the pond first, and then, of course, here 3 weeks later. So just on that note, I'll just say that this net will start according to US time. Most check-ins to this net do come from across the pond from me, so I'll be starting the net 1 hour earlier UK time from next week, just for 3 weeks, and then back to 9 p.m. and 4 p.m. Eastern time. So there we go. I hope I got it the right way round. Anyway, this is Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo, your net controller. Of course, many ways and many modes that you can use to access this net. And for details of the IRN multi-mode system, please check out our website on the interweb at allthews.irn.radio. We have our permanent partners there, the Extended Freedom Network. Find out more about them by going to also on the interweb, allthews.extendedfreedom.network. And our Zello partners there as well, that is ZMR or ZMR.us. Find out more by going to ZMR.us. So good stuff. Anyway, I'll just take a wee pip. GM0 UUB net control continuing. Folks, say this is a fantastic multi-mode system, and I want to say right now, thank you to everyone else that connects up on a Friday. Various networks, nodes, repeaters, gateways, and other bits and pieces. Thank you guys so much. It's so very, very much appreciated, not just by me, but for all the people that are participating and the listeners out there. You make it really, really something special. So thank you. You do the hard work there. I just talk. So thanks again for everybody that's connected up for the net today. Be mindful, folks, that with all these various connections, we do ask for a little bit of social distancing. Yes, that's a 5-second pause between transmissions, just to allow the wonderful system and all the various connections to take a little breather and to reset. Also, be mindful of that 3-minute timeout. Now, we love to hear all your news and all your views. But if you think you're getting anywhere close to 3 minutes, take a little break, or a pause, or a pip. They all work equally well. And then pick it back up, and we won't lose any of your transmission. I'll take a pip this time. GM0 UUB continuing. Well, we are also, of course, using NetLogger. If you want to follow along on your NetLogger app, just select the net IRN KB1 Multimode Net. And as if by magic, right before your own very eyes on your screen, you'll see all the check-ins being populated there. And you can also make use of that wonderful, almost instant message blue chat box thingy. And I try and keep an eye on that as well. So, yeah, I'll be watching out for any messages or anyone I've missed. You can always say, hey, I was trying to check in, and we'll get you on the log. It is, of course, the mission of the IRN to promote the amateur radio hobby to those interested in radio communication. We give those with an interest the opportunity to gain experience in radio communications, theory, technology, and fellowship. Now, this is a directed net, folks, and when checking in, please give me your call sign slowly, phonetically, and twice. That's your call sign slowly, phonetically, and 2 times. And they will try and get you on the log first time round with no mistookies. Of course, if you happen to be mobile or short time, do let me know, and I'll do my very best to try and remember to take you at the top of the list. So there we go. That's all the rules. That's everything understood. And hey, listen, we've got a podium to fill. Who's out there? Call now.
2 Whiskey Zero, Kilo Yankee Hotel. 2 Whiskey Zero, Kilo Yankee Hotel. Declan, Newport, South Wales.
Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Short time.
Net control here is Kilo 4.
K5 RLI.
Golf 7, Mike Bravo Hotel. Golf 7, Mike Bravo Hotel.
Net control, Kilo 4 Charlie Uniform Papa Mobile, in and out. K4 CUP Mobile, in and out.
Golf 7, Oscar Charlie Kilo. Golf 7, Oscar Charlie Kilo.
KF5 UCO, Kilo Foxtrot 5, Uniform Charlie Oscar.
KJ5, Golf Whiskey November, Kilo Juliet 5, Golf Whiskey November, Will in Oklahoma City. Good evening, Graham.
Okay, folks, there was a long couple of key ups right at the end there. I've got a fair list, folks. I'll run through it just now, but I'll just unkey, make sure I've got it. I don't know where that long key up came from, so anyway, everybody stand by. Very good. Everything seems clear. Okay, folks, well, I'm going to go in reverse order and tell you who I have. And I don't think I missed anyone. So we do have Will out there in Oklahoma. That is KJ5, Golf Whiskey November. Will, you're on the list. Welcome. And KF5, Uniform Charlie Oscar, all the way from Texas. Richard, you're on the list, sir. We've got our friend from Crook out there in Englandshire. That is, of course, G7OCK. Brian, you're on the list. We've got a mobile station, but he's just checking in and out today. So, Virgil, mobile safe there. And well, thank you so much for taking the time to stop by and waving a hand. That is, of course, Kilo 4, Charlie, Uniform, Papa. Virgil, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll hopefully speak to you again very soon. We've got Mike out there in County Durham. That is, of course, Golf 7, Mike Bravo Hotel. And we've got Kilo 5, Romeo Lima Romeo on the bronze deck today. Yes, we do have Randall on the podium in third place. So, Randall, you're on the list and on the podium. In second place today, it's DJ Dave out there in Calgary, Alberta. He is short time. He'll be on the microphone first, but Victor Echo 6 Delta Charlie Victor. Dave with you shortly. At the top of the list, the top of the podium is 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. That's Declan from Newport, South Wales. Okay, folks, that's what I've got so far. Let's go to the short time check-in, and he's out there bowling somewhere in Alberta, Canada. VE6 Delta Charlie Victor. DJ Dave, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. The mic is yours.
Victor Echo 6 Delta Charlie Victor returning well. Good afternoon, everyone. Beautiful, bright, sunny day here in Calgary. Can't complain other than that. Yeah, it's usually taken it easy, but no, we had to stay off foot, so we're not bowling, but we are at the bowling alley today. Heather's bowling and doing quite well. She's got about 110 or something like that in the last turn. Other than that, everyone have a great weekend ahead, and we'll talk to everyone on Monday on the Friendship Net. Of course, that's on our main channels, no RF connections. All the information is found on our website, iron.radio. Back to control.
Well, thank you so much, Dave, and I appreciate your not taking part in the bowling. Well, you are taking part by being there and cheering and yeah, cheering on for Heather there, and she seems to be doing quite well. So good stuff. And it's great to hear you in the bowling club. It really is, just to hear all the clatter of the bowls and the laughing and everything else. That's really good. So thanks there, Dave, and thanks for all you do for the IRN. And of course, you do our Monday Friendship Net. And that's on our platform. That's just got no RF links at all. So licensed and non-licensed people can attend that night. More details on irn.radio. And maybe share a little bit more later as well. But most people know about the International Radio Network and our two main platforms. So good stuff. Dave, you take care, sir. Have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe and stay well. And of course, can't let you go without asking you. Just give Heather, with the wonderful Scottish name there, give your Heather a wee Scottish squeeze to myself and Helen, and that would be amazing. Thanks, Dave. Take care, and we'll say 73 to Victor Echo 6, Delta Charlie Victor, and move on and upwards. Yes, we're going up to the top of the podium, the top of the list, and that's where we find the kind young ham himself, is Declan, also known as 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. Declan, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. The mic is yours.
Okay, from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. Well, hello there, Graham. Well, I'm doing quite well today, personally. I've had a day off of school today because been a bit of teacher training, I'm pretty sure. So pretty happy about that because it means that I've had a bit of a longer weekend. I was able to slightly lie in today, but I instead decided to wake up a little bit earlier. Well, not earlier than I would to go to school, but later than I would to go to school, but earlier than I probably would if I was left to sleep. I decided I wanted to be woken up because I wanted to do a little bit of schoolwork. So that was, I don't remember if I've completed it yet. I think I've got a bit to do, but I've also got more time of the weekend to do that, so that is perfectly fine. Yeah, it's been a good week in school. I've been focused on my work, and all has been going well in that regard. And here in Newport, South Wales with us, I am doing well. Dave Golf Whiskey 8 Sierra Zulu Lima, I'm sure he's doing well as well. He's probably downstairs drinking coffee at the moment. I am up in the shack, posted up where I usually am to check in. And, well, unfortunately, I will say, this is not really too bad of news, but it is still not the greatest, I will say. But my mum, that is Sue, MW7SCI, she struggled to sleep last night. She had a tight chest, severe cold symptoms, and so she's in hospital right now. She has been for quite a bit of the day. She's had an echocardiogram, and she's had blood tests. She had blood tests a few hours ago, and she's awaiting results on those. So yeah, I'm hoping that she's doing well at the moment. But yeah, as said, she's currently in the hospital. So let me quickly reset. Okay, from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel returning. And yeah, so all is going well aside from that. But yeah, currently she is in hospital. She's been feeling a bit ill. So I hope it's nothing too serious. And obviously, then if it is, then I hope she gets better very soon as well, because I really do not like seeing, well, obviously anyone that I care about being ill, particularly not either of my parents, that being my mum or my dad. So, but yeah, it's been a good week. I've got a bit of time over the weekend to relax a bit and to continue working on any outstanding homework that I need to do. I'm pretty sure I've got some in chemistry that needs to be done, so that's probably the plan for the weekend there. So with that, I'll go ahead and pass it back to you. GM0 UUB from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel.
Very good, Declan. Well, thank you so much, Declan, for taking time to be here, as you always do every single week, and I really do appreciate that. Now, first of all, I have to say, obviously our prayers and thoughts for those that pray. Please do pray for MW7. FDI finally did it. That's Declan's mum, Sue, who's in hospital with some respiratory issues there. So, and there's so many bugs going around just now, Declan, with kind of affect the respiratory stuff and everything. So Helen just came through to say hi. That's Declan just saying about how his mum's in hospital just now. Yes, so I know we're keeping in touch there, Declan, and no doubt Helen will, she did let me know earlier, and so keep Helen updated and she'll keep me updated about progress.
Absolutely. But you know what, Declan? She's as tough as old boots here.
Oh, she certainly is. She certainly is. So we look forward to hearing good news, that's for sure. So Declan, thanks for that. But that's the first thing. But apart from that, I'm glad you've had a good week there and had a day off today with the teacher training going on and everything else. That's always a good thing. And what else? Yeah, I think that was it. And the weather's not been too bad. I don't think you've been having things too bad either. But apparently in the UK, we're going to have some colder weather coming in next week, and kind of more wintry stuff, maybe some frost. I don't know. I thought we were into spring, but never mind. Anyway, Declan, let me throw it back to you once again. 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. This is GM0 UUB.
Okay, from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. Thank you very much there, Graham. And hello, Helen. Great to hear you. And one thing for sure, I know that's right there, Helen. I know how tough she can be. Seriously able to soldier through it. I honestly admire her ability to manage day by day with her with the underlying conditions that she has. So, yeah. And what you said as well, Graham. Yeah? Okay, update on Sue and W7FDI. She's asked us to go and collect. She's been... Well, let me quickly try and speak that again. She's ready to be picked up and brought home from hospital now. An update has been given to my dad, January SNL, just now. So, good news. Hadn't had long to wait for that, hi. But yeah, as what you said before there, Graham, also rings true about... bugs really have been going around recently. I think, as you know, that I had a bug that took me down for about a week or two. But I am glad to report that for the time being, I am feeling better. Touch wood, it continues. Hi. But yeah, as I said, the great news has already been delivered there. So, gonna go and pick her up, and yeah, there we go. So with that, I'll go ahead and pass it back to you, Graham. GM0 UUB from 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel.
Oh, well, that's fantastic news, and they delivered as breaking news on air straight away. Good stuff. We always like to hear good news as well, so absolutely fantastic. Well, you and your dad, the GW8SNL, the great sizzle, yeah, you go and get her back home ASAP. So that's absolutely wonderful. So good stuff. And yeah, Helen Singh is great news as well. But well, thank you for that. And yeah, these bugs we've been having for a long time, right through the winter, and so hard to shake off. I mean, myself and Helen had kind of different bugs and things happening, and yeah, you didn't know if it was a head cold or a tummy bug or both, and it just kind of lingered and lingered. And once you thought it was gone, it would come back again, maybe a few days later. So yeah, but hopefully with the springtime coming along and the warmer weather, hopefully, then we can say goodbye to all those bugs and viruses and things that are going round, and enjoy a little bit more of a better spell. But anyway, in the meantime, Declan, thank you so much. You take care, sir. And off you go and get your mum, and say hi to your dad there as well. And if Dave's got time to check in later, it'd be great to hear from him too. But go and get your mum, and we'll no doubt keep in touch, and have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll say 73 to 2 Whiskey Zero Kilo Yankee Hotel. And with that, let's carry on down the list and down the podium onto the bronze medal position. And there we find our good friend Randall out there in Spring, Texas, K5RLR. Randall, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. The mic, it's all yours.
Well, good afternoon, Graham and Queen Helen and Brother Scott up there. GM0UUB from K5RLR. Well, good afternoon to you, Graham. Not a whole lot going on here this afternoon, just relaxing at the house, taking it easy, and best of all, enjoying the weekend. Or at least trying to. And hopefully I will hear something soon. I decided to take a leap and apply for a different job with a different company, and I had my interview yesterday. It would be the same kind of work, still would be from home, but more pay. Can't go wrong with that. And that being said, I'll go ahead and throw it back to you. GM0UUB from K5RLR.
K5RLR from GM0UUB Net Control. Well, Randall, here we go. You might not want to share too much, that's for sure, especially if you haven't actually been secured a job or anything. But no, that's really interesting. Always a very, very kind of important, time of life when you're changing job. It's an important event and a big event. But yeah, if conditions and money suits and everything else, then why not? That's for sure. So, but anyway, that's fantastic. I do want to ask more, but sometimes being too nosy is just being too nosy. So anyway, Randall, I know you were involved with. Can we call you the local tax collector? That's your present job, is that correct? And I know you're working with taxes and everything else there. It's probably stuff that's way beyond my understanding and comprehension, but I'm sure you do a fantastic job. I know you do. And yeah, and I know you've been managing to work from home mainly and into the office 1 or 2 days a week, and the office hasn't been too far away. So yeah, just wonder what it is you're looking at, but only if you care to share, sir. For goodness me. It's your personal news and everything else. Of course, we do have to have a wee critter report from yourself there, Randall, the owner of the cutest critters on the IRN KB1 Multimode Net. If we don't get a critter report from you, sir, hey, listen, there'd be no point in being here. Hi. So back to you, Randall, and like I say, only if you care to share. I'm just being nosy. What are you kind of looking towards? But keep it to yourself until you have more news, and tell us more next week if that's better for you. K5RLR from Nosy Golf Mike Zero Uniform Bravo.
Well, let's try that again. Not sure what happened with that. Anyway, GM0UUB from K5 RLR. That's quite alright, man. I don't mind sharing. The new job would be with the bank that my sister works for. She's one of their compliance officers, and she's the one that told me about the position. It's the same kind of stuff that I would do now, reviewing accounts for fraudulent, suspicious, terroristic activities, things like that. And yeah, it would just be more of a focus on one specific aspect of it, but still at the same time would deal with everything. I'm hoping that we will know something by next week at the latest, because the ladies that I interviewed with yesterday said that they were pretty much looking to have filled the position the day before I hired, because when I interviewed yesterday, that was the person's last day. So they're looking to hire pretty quick, and I don't mind it. And as far as the critter report, the critters, bunnies, the monsters, they're doing well. Always jumping around, zooming, and sometimes a bit nodding and chewing on spiky cords that are plugged into the wall. Sugar is doing well too, and that's about what I got. I'll go ahead and throw it back to you, Graham. Much appreciated as always. Thank you for what you and Queen Helen do. We love you guys, and have a wonderful weekend. GM0UUB from K5 RLR.
Very good, Randall. Well, you know, right at the end there, I don't know if you're a little bit of a distance from the microphone. I copied everything, but you were a little bit in the noise, in the background, as if you were a distance from the microphone. And just as you were passing it back to me, you got really loud and clear. So I don't know if you're messing about in the background and had your head turned away from the mic or something. But anyway, we copied everything there, sir. So, well, thank you so much, Randall. And, of course, please give the bunnies and, of course, the sugar there a wee Scottish squeeze for myself and Helen. That would be amazing. And good luck. And, well, I know you're expecting to hear sometime next week, midweek or whatever. So, yeah, let us know how that goes. And good luck. That's all I can say. Good luck. And, yeah, hope everything works out well for you. I'm sure it will. So, good. And you deserve a bit of luck after what's been happening over the last few months and everything else with the house and whatever. So anyway, get things all pulled together and back to a bit of normality, maybe even better than before. So good stuff, Randall. Wish you well, sir, and also wish you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well. And thanks so much for being here. We'll say 73 to K5RLR. And with that, let's carry on down the list and see what's happening with Mike out there in County Durham. So that is Golf 7, Mike, Bravo Hotel. Mike, it's good to hear you, sir. And of course, the mic, it's all yours.
Golf 7, Mike, Bravo Hotel, returning via GB3CD. And I hope everybody's well, and great to hear you all. Thank you for letting me in.
Well, you're very welcome, Mike, but you dropped out there. What's happening? Back to you, sir. G7MBH from GM0, UUB, net control. Go ahead, sir.
Golf 7, Mike, Bravo Hotel, returning. Sorry, a bit of a glitch going on there. I think I'm probably getting through now. Am I getting through okay, G7MBH? G7MBH. Hopefully I'm getting through okay. Golf 7, Mike, Bravo Hotel.
Yeah, Mike, I was trying to get back to you there to say you are coming through fine, but there was other key-ups happening, so can everybody please check your own system, your connections, and please do not keep on keying up and having blank carriers as we're trying to run the net here. It's very interrupting, so please, everybody, check your connections, and if you're doing any kind of phantom key-ups whatsoever, please disconnect. Okay, but anyway, Mike, we've got you loud and clear now, sir, so I was going to come back to you and say I didn't hear anything, but then we had these phantom key-ups, and just very annoying. Anyway, G7MBH from GM0UUB, net control. Mike, welcome once again, happy Friday. We've now got you loud and clear, sir, so Mike, it's all yours, sir, go ahead.
Golf 7, Mike Bravo Hotel returning. Hope you're all hearing me, and I've just jumped in there. And everything's cool and hoopy in Durhamshire. Mr. Max, the mad 14-year-old Springer, is snoozing gently, which is good news. At least I think it's good news. And hope everybody's well there from G7MBH.
G7MBH from GM0UUB, net control. Yep, that was good, Mike. No problem at all. No, we heard you loud and clear there. So, and also just a wee reminder to people, do leave that kind of 4 seconds minimum in between transmissions, just to allow everything just to reset, because sometimes that can cause a little bit of something to happen in the system. So good stuff. But anyway, everyone's been awfully well behaved, so good. Anyway, thank you for your critter report. We do love our critter reports over here. And Mike, it's great to hear about your Mad Max there, the 14-year-old Springer. And he's nice and sound asleep there. And well, our Mad Mac here, our golden lab, our yellow lab, he enjoyed his trip up to see his gran yesterday. We went up to see my mum in Inverness yesterday there, Mike, and he always enjoys it because, you know, she feeds him biscuits and this and that, and she's got a really big garden he loves to run around in, and so he had a great day. But a couple of weeks ago, he actually had a bit of an injury to one just above his back right paw. It actually looked like 2 puncture wounds, as if maybe he had an adder bite or something. But I don't think that could have been the case. But anyway, it's been cleaned and looked after and everything else. But just in the way in which it is, when he's out for his walks, and of course when he does his business, he likes to dig up the ground. He kind of makes it all kind of worse. So it's taken a wee while to heal. So he's been kind of grounded for the last couple of weeks. He's been out, but not so much long walks. But he's doing fine, and the wound is healing up fine. But just taking a bit of time. It's just in that particular area that's always getting kind of caught when he's out walking and doing things. Mad Mac is doing fine, and he's sending all his love to Mad Max there, this 14-year-old Springer. So anyway, Mike, do you have anything else for us, sir? And once again, thanks for your critter report. We do love them. G7MBH. Mike, back to you, sir.
Golf 7, Mike Bravo Hotel returning. That's lovely and great. All great to hear. Just that I've been playing some noisy rock and roll as always. Bit of bass this evening. Got a concert coming up in a couple of weeks' time at school, so we're getting everything sorted for that. But anyway, have a great evening. Thank you very much for running the net, and I'll wish a happy Friday and a happy weekend to everybody who's listening. G7MBH.
Very good, Mike. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, as you always do here on a Friday, and keeping us up to date. And all the best for that concert in a couple of weeks. You can maybe tell us next week what the concert's about, what the event might be, and any theme, and what music you're going to be playing with the kids there. Absolutely fantastic. So thanks for all you do there. And every time you mention it, I kind of look round at my guitar and I think, goodness me, it's just it's in the case. The guitar itself's not gathering dust, but the case is. I really do need to get some practice back with it there. So I so much enjoy playing music, but I don't know. It's just the motivation, eh? But when you've got an event coming up or a concert coming up, of course, that always motivated me in the past, but that's been some years ago. So anyway, in the meantime, Mike, thank you so much for being there. You have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Please give Mad Max a wee gentle Scottish squeeze from myself and Helen. That'd be amazing. And take care, 73 to G7MBH. And with that, let's carry on down the list. Once again, they wave a hand to Virgil if he's out there mobiling. Virgil, thanks for being there. I know you were in and out, so you take care and mobile safe. So let's go to Golf 7, Oscar, Charlie, Kilo, and he's also in County Durham, I do believe, land of the Prince Bishops. I hope I've not got my England geography completely screwed up there. Brian, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And Brian, of course, the mic is yours, and hey, tell us about what's happening next week. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, Roger Graham, and happy Friday to yourself and the good lady in the background there. I heard dulcet tones coming through before. Yeah, everything's fine, no problems whatsoever. Nearly all the equipment's been checked, make sure everything's working, ready for Science Week. I will post up on the blue screen the call signs and rough times that we're operating next week. But we're operating every day, Monday through to Friday. We'll be operating from 11 a.m. till about 1500. So that's what we're doing, and hopefully we'll have a little bit fun. So if anybody's free to come and listen in, please do so, and please put a call out from Golf 7, Oscar Charlie Kilo.
Very good, Brian. Well, thanks for that, and thanks for all you do, and you and everybody else that's making the event happen. A whole kind of 5 days long, Monday to Friday, and everything else. And I know from personal experience just how wonderful it's received by the young people and most of the adults. No, I'm sure it's very well received by the teachers as well, but it's kind of fun when you're talking on the radio to some of the kids with all the kind of excitement and everything else, and then you hear the kind of nervousness of going to a microphone for the teachers. It's kind of strange. But, of course, Teacher Mike just above you there, he would be fine on the microphone, but yeah, it's just a different thing for many of the teachers, that's for sure. But no, it's just great fun listening to the excitement that goes on there. So well done, and have a wonderful, wonderful Science Week, and I'm sure it'll go awfully, awfully well. Thanks for putting up the information on the blue screen on the almost instant message window there on NetLogger. Do appreciate that, and for everybody else, if you can't see NetLogger, more information will be posted on the I'll put my teeth back in, the Extended Freedom Network Facebook page, and also be copied into the International Radio Network's Facebook page, because of course we're connected on the multimode system 24/7. So good stuff. Anyway, Brian, thanks again, and anything else for us? What else are you up to this weekend? Just taking a little breather perhaps, before your busy week next week? I'm not too sure. Anyway, Brian, let me throw it back to you. G7OCK, the mic, back to you, sir.
Yeah, Roger Graham, no, I think I'm just going to have a restful weekend, preparing for Monday and hoping for the best. But it shall be a little bit hectic, shall we say, to say the least. And I only hope that we get a few people, especially from over the water, if possible, to come and join us on the afternoon sessions. It would be great, because the kids love talking to anybody that's out of the local area. They usually have an argument between each other. Well, I've got somebody that was just 2 miles away, or I've got somebody in the United States, or wherever, or Australia, or Gran Canaria, or wherever. And it's great fun when they actually do achieve that. Shall we say, it causes a little bit of competition between the youngsters and some of the adults as well. From Golf 7, Oscar Charlie Kilo.
Very good, Brian. No, that is, it's always good fun. It's always good fun. So, anyway, just a quick question for those that are listening and they're saying, well, how do I participate? I mean, they can see the call sign you're going to be using, various places, different schools, and the times will be operating the same time each day. Anyone that wants to come on the air, and what can they kind of expect, and what would you be looking for them to do? As well as far as supporting the event. So if you don't mind, I'll just throw it back to you and just to let people know, and hopefully more people will come on and support the event. So back to you, Brian, from GM0 UUB.
Yeah, Roger on that, Graham. Well, we will be coming through GB3CD. For all the events, or at least we hope to be coming through GB3CD on all the events, if CD holds up. But yeah, we'll be coming through there, so whatever you're programmed into there now is what we'll be coming out of at the weekend, next week, all week. I'll give a quick rundown of the call signs, Graham, if you don't mind. It's GB4 Sugar Papa Sugar, and then it will be GB4 Charlie Papa Sugar, and then again GB4 Charlie Papa Sugar, and then it's Golf Bravo 4 Henry Juliet Sugar, and then it's Golf Bravo 4 Sierra Charlie Echo. And them's the call signs for the 5 days that we'll be operating. And yes, we did put 2 days in for the same schools, being as we have too many kids to get through in 1 day, so we've got them for 2 days. That's the Tuesday and the Wednesday. But we'll be operating through the system that we're operating on there now, so if you hear us, please put a shout out. And we'll also have probably an FT8 station running as well for all those, anybody that wants to get in that way as well. We may have HF, but that will depend on operators at the time. From Golf 7, Oscar Charlie Kilo. Thanks, Graham, and hope to catch you on next week.
Well, thanks so much, Brian, for all the information there. That's really appreciated. And yeah, you know, it doesn't all happen by accident. There's a lot of work that goes into this. So thanks to you and everybody else that's pulled it all together once again. And like I say, I've participated in previous years, and it's great fun. So yeah, of course, on the multi-mode system for Extended Freedom Network, and right here on the International Radio Network, for Monday to Friday next week, during daytime hours, UK style that is. Listen out for those call signs and the kids coming on the microphone and sending some messages and everything else, and they make their day, check in from all different parts of the world. That would be absolutely amazing, and it really does make their day. And you can actually hear their smiles when they're talking on the microphone, so good stuff. Anyway, thank you, Brian. You have a wonderful weekend, a good rest before your busy week next week, and I'm sure it will go well. And we look forward to hearing and hopefully participating in it as well. We'll say 73 to G7OCK. And with that, let's carry on down to Richard, although I think he might prefer to be called Rick, but he can tell me he's out there in Marshall, Texas, also known as Kilo Foxtrot 5, Uniform Charlie Oscar. Richard, Rick, welcome once again, sir. Happy Friday. And, well, I'm going to say, Rick, the mic is yours.
KF5UCO here, and Rick is fine, and in case you can't tell from the accent, I'm from Texas. I don't often say yeehaw. People in Texas really don't say that. Anyway, beautiful day down here, and just cool enough to enjoy being outside, but I'm inside right now in the shack. just got back from a trip to the state just north of us, Arkansas. I saw some beautiful country in there and ate a lot of food that probably wasn't good for me, but we're all back home now and just kind of hanging out here in East Texas. And that's really about all I've got today. Oh, yeah, I wanted to say, Declan, if you're still listening, that me and a bunch of other my ham friends have you in their prayers, for a speedy recovery of your mom, and hopefully you'll keep us posted on that. So anyway, Graham, thanks for letting me in there. KF5UCO handing it back to net control.
KF5 UCO. Well, Rick, thank you so much from GM0 UUB. Graham here, net control, and it's always great to hear from you, sir. It really is. And well, I'm glad you had a good day out and eating food that's probably not too good for you. So, when you say something like that, sir, I have to go and ask the question, of course. What was on the menu that you believe was not too good for you? I bet it was really, really tasty, because most of the things that are really tasty, those are the things that are probably not so good for you. So anyway, tell us, what was on the menu there, Rick, if you don't mind, KF5 UCO. Back to you one more time, sir.
Well, Graham, we went out to a pool hall where we played trivia. It was trivia night, and we played, and we won actually out of 8 different tables. So we were the smartest people in the room. We had some what they call stromboli there, and it's like a pizza pie, except after you cook it, you fold it in half. It has everything, all the different kinds of meats and everything on it. We had some Mexican food, which was good, and my sister-in-law's husband, he is originally from Taiwan, and he is a very good cook, and he cooked us up some Chinese stuff that was super excellent, and it was all full of salt and everything. They taste great. Now it's time to get back on the wagon, as they say. Hey, you guys have a great weekend, and thanks for letting me in here on this net. KF5UCO. Graham, I'm handing it back to you.
Oh, fantastic, Rick. Well, hey, listen, congratulations on winning the trivia quiz and everything else. That's wonderful. The smartest guys, so good stuff. Well, we always have smart people on the net, that's for sure. So we wouldn't expect anything less. So well done for being a winner today there, Rick. That's great. And as far as the food that you just described there, man, I'll tell you, it sounds like heaven to me. A mixture of everything, pizza pie and meats and all the rest of all different kind of descriptions, and of course some Chinese thrown in there too. I do love Chinese food. So anyway, you've got me salivating now there, Rick, but thank you so much, and I'm so glad things are going well. I also have a wonderful weekend. Rick, stay safe, stay well, and we'll speak to you again very soon. We'll say 73 to KF5 UCO. Thanks again, sir. And with that, let's carry on down and see what's happening out there in Oklahoma. That's where we find our friend Will, also known as KJ5, Golf Whiskey November. Will, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. The mic is yours.
Good afternoon, Graham. Will here, KJ5 Golf Whiskey November. 67 degrees Fahrenheit. Going up to a high of 70. So it's nice today. Gonna be nice this weekend. So anyway, back over there to you, Graham. This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November.
There we go. Okay, well, thank you so much. And yeah, well, it's our weather. I thought we're kind of moving into springtime, and maybe leaving the frost behind. But the weather forecast over here in the UK is that next week we're going to be kind of hit by some more kind of northern winds and everything else. And the temperatures are going to go back down. So there could be some overnight frosts and even some more snow. So I don't know. We haven't had too much snow, I have to say there. Well, especially here in Scotland, we haven't had as much snow as we would normally expect or anything. Really, it's been very, very quiet. So yeah, it's been not too bad at all. But maybe we'll get a kind of a kind of final flurry of snow at the end of. Well, winter turns to spring. I'm not too sure. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, things are going to turn a little bit colder apparently next week, so we'll just have to see what that brings. But anyway, it's not been too bad, that's for sure. Emma, do you have anything else for us there? Well, you are the bottom of the list, so I'll be going for more check-ins very, very shortly. Well, anything else for us before we move on? KJ5, GWN, this is GM0, UUB, your net control. Well, back to you one more time.
No, just a reminder to those in the U.S., set your clocks forward an hour tomorrow night because daylight savings time begins Sunday over here in the U.S. So anyway, back over there to you, Graham. This is KJ5 Golf Whiskey November.
Well, thank you so much, Will, for that. And yeah, it's always when we have these kind of worldwide nets and everything else, these clock changes do kind of upset many people, including myself. Goodness me, I mean, why should we change at all? And if we do, why don't we all change at the same time? But anyway, once again, folks, this year, those in the US kind of time zones, you'll be moving forward an hour on the Sunday night, Monday, well, basically, Saturday night, Sunday morning. So there you go, you'll be moving forward an hour, so it'll only be 4 hours of a difference between Eastern time and ourselves here in the UK. That's all kind of local standard, and instead of 5. And it's going to be 3 weeks until we across here in the UK move our clocks forward. So there we go. So I did mention that at the beginning of the night. I'll just say it again before I go for another round of check-ins. From next Friday for 3 weeks, it'll be, the night will start at 8 p.m. UK time, and it will still stay at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So it'll be always 9 p.m. Eastern time. Most of our check-ins do come from across the pond, so I'm respecting that. I'll start the night an hour early for 3 weeks, and then go back to 9 p.m. UK after we make the change. So hope that makes sense. Thanks, Will, for mentioning it. It gives me a chance to say it. So good stuff. Anyway, let me just take a wee pip. Hang on, folks. Okay, very good. This is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. It's Graham here. I'll just say a formal 73 and have a wonderful weekend to all. KJ5, GWN. Take care, sir. We look forward to speaking to you again very soon. So, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's go and see if there's any more check-ins out there. You know what to do, folks. Hit your call sign slowly, phonetically, and twice. And if you happen to be mobile or short time, do let me know. And I'll try to remember to take you first.
For the
so, give me a call sign slowly,
mode,
phonetically, and twice. Please call now.
Mike 7, Lima Golf Mike. Mike 7, Lima Golf Mike.
This is November 7, Foxtrot Golf Papa. November 7, Foxtrot Golf Papa. Scott Hill.
Kilo Yankee 4, November Bravo. KY4NB, Scott and Robbie Ray. Hi, Graham and all.
7 Delta Charlie Delta MM7 DCD.
Here is Whiskey 1 Foxtrot India Lima W1FIL Joe in New Hartford, Connecticut, USA.
Okay, folks, there was only one clash I heard there. I missed at least one person there. I'll tell you who I do have on the list. I'll go from the top this time. Mike 7, Lima Golf Mike. Thomas, you're on the list. N7, Fox Golf Papa. All the way from Houston, Texas. Scott, you're on the list. Another Scott all the way from Memphis, Tennessee. That is, of course, Kilo Yankee 4 November Bravo. Scott, you're on the list. Hi, Robbie Ray. We've got Mike 7, Delta Golf, a neighbour of mine up towards the northeast in Scotland. Craig, you're on the list. We've got W1FIL, and that is, of course, Joe out there in New Hartford, Connecticut. So that's what I do have, and I did hear at least one other person being kind of squished and squashed and trodden on. So if you haven't heard your call sign and you want to get checked on this particular round, please come back once again with your call sign phonetically and, of course, twice.
Mike 7 Delta Charlie Delta MM7 DCD. Doug.
Okay, Doug, it wasn't you that was squished, it was somebody else, but never mind. And actually, Doug, I think I confused your call sign with Mike 7 Delta Golf. So there we go, but I know that Craig is on the AIM window, so as I'm going down the list here, Craig, maybe you could let me know in the AIM window, are you available, and can I leave you on the log, or will I have to take you away? So there we go. But anyway, Doug, you are definitely on the list there. I do believe you're a brand new check-in, so let me go to you first, sir. Mike 7 Delta Charlie Delta. Doug, out there in Glasgow, I do believe. Welcome to the net, sir. And I've recognised everybody else on the list, but please stand by, folks. We do give a wee shout out to brand new people, especially if they're kind of far down the list, because it's a rag tune net there, Doug, and sometimes it can take a little bit of time to come round to somebody. And sometimes we have new people check in, then about 20 or 25 minutes later, they've had to go. So we don't want you to go, sir. So welcome to the net. Thanks for checking in. I know you're new, and Doug, it's great to hear from you, sir. So welcome, happy Friday. Mike 7, Delta Charlie Delta. Let me throw it over to you there, Doug, and see if you've got time to hang around, or do you just want to take your over now? Just please, go ahead.
This is Mike 7 Delta Charlie Delta. Operator name here is Doug. I'm in Clydebank, Glasgow, near the River Clyde. We build all the famous ships and sewing machines in this famous wee town of ours. I'm glad to be on the check-in for the first time. Just one of my friends, Paul MM7DDQ, who runs the Loch Lomond Sunday Night Net, has just set up a new node, MB7IDQ, so I'm getting into the net via RF only. Nothing exciting much happening here. I did have a stay 9 up in an apartment block, and I did have the fire brigade outside, but luckily it was just a false alarm, so drama. But that's what you've got to put up with, staying in a high-rise. So all good this end, nothing much else to say. So first time check-in and just testing out the node that I can get, which is 3 miles away from me, running 5 watts down in Dumbarton. Back to net control.
Oh, very good, Doug. Well, it's great to hear from you, sir. It really is. And yeah, I wonder, I wonder what that node is permanently connected to. I'm not too sure if it's got a permanent connection or it's a kind of standalone one that just kind of connects up to various places for various nets. I'm not too sure, but anywho, it's great to hear you there, Doug. It really is. And we love to have you. You're our first brand new check-in of the day today, so thanks for being there. And Doug, if you haven't heard this net before, we do have just one question, but you've already said you're in a high-rise there, so I'm not too sure. We do like to talk about our critters in this net, as well as everything else. The most difficult question you'll ever be asked for is, do you have any critters in your household? But you could have fish, you could have something else, but a cat or a dog and an antelope or an elephant, it doesn't really matter. Even unwelcome critters we sometimes talk about on the net. So any pets in Doug's household, let me find out. MM7DCD from GM0 UUB. Over to you, Doug.
7 DCD. I'll get back to you on the critters. There might be a few under my bed that I don't know about, but nothing here. I wouldn't want a wee dog up here, but I do still stay in between a golf course and a lovely park here in my home QTH. My mother does have a wee cavapoo, and her name's Wee Lucy, and I'm a bit of a sota goat. I like going up the hills and taking my 2-meter VHF radios up there here in Scotland, and Wee Lucy, the cavapoo, comes with me. So that's the only critter in my life over, apart from the ones under the bed over.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well, Doug, thank you so much. Well, that was a fantastic critter report, and doing summits on the air and taking the wee dog with you, your mum's dog. That's a wonderful critter report. Thank you. Thank you so much, Doug. Well, you know, we've been here for over 5 years. It started in January 2020. Been here every single week, and you know, it's great to have new check-ins. And of course, you're just down the road. I'm located up here in Alloa, central Scotland. Yeah, so it's great to have new check-ins and new neighbours as well checking in. So it's great to meet you for the first time there, Doug. And like I say, we are here every week. So please take note of the connection. And I don't know if that particular node is going to be a regular connection to the net. So do check out the website, irn.radio. That's IRN for International Radio Network, .radio. For the other connections, just in case. So, but with that, let me throw it back to you. Do you think that node will be connected next Friday? MM7 DCD. One more time, Doug. Back to you.
Seven DCD. We'll have to find out about if the node's going to be connected tonight. I'm just listening in. As I said, it was only put on air, I think, yesterday afternoon, so I'll need to speak to the owner, who I'm speaking to on Messenger at the moment. So if it's on next week and I'm at home with my critters that I don't know about, I'll certainly try and check in.
Okay, Doug, no, thank you so much. Hey, listen, we can send you some critter spray for that particular issue, but there we go. Anyway, Doug, no, absolutely wonderful to talk to you, sir, and thanks for being there. And please do say to the node keeper there that we are here every single Friday from 9 p.m. UK time, and we go on for about, usually about 3 hours, actually. And although the next 3 weeks we're going to change it to 8 p.m. just to be kind of coordinated with the US, because most of our check-ins do come from across the pond. But normally speaking, it's 9 p.m. UK local time for 2 or 3 hours. So good stuff. Anyway, Doug, I'll say 73. Thank you so much for being there. It's always great to have a new checker in there, and you're the one today. Maybe we'll have some more as time goes on. But we'll say 73 in the meantime to Mike 7 Delta Charlie Delta. Okay, let's run back up to the top of this wonderful list of people. Just in case you've forgotten, we do have W1FIL, you're on the list. MM7DDG, he's confirmed he was the one that I heard being trodden on. So, Craig, you're on the list. KY4NB, Scott, you're on the list. N7FGP, Scott, you're on the list. So the top of the list is Thomas, that is Mike 7 Lima Golf Mike. Thomas, welcome, sir. Always a pleasure. And how are you doing? What are you up to these days, Thomas? The microphone, it's all yours.
M7LGM Thomas. Yeah, just sort of been busy installing Test Reach and yeah, just got the email today for the pre-exam check. So yeah, they just sort of sent me a message on the best time of day to do that. So I've done that. So yeah, maybe tomorrow they'll let me know sort of the best time to do it. So yeah, normally a few days before the exam, you can sort of do a test. They sort of you can talk to the invigilator and everything, and yeah, you can sort of you know, set it up as you would, and you know, do a tour, do a view of the room and everything. They can check that everything's working fine and everything. Yeah, so I've just been installing Test Reach and Zoom and making a separate user account. So I've got sort of a blank thing for the exam and everything. Yeah, so it's for the 13th of March. So yeah, if I pass that meeting, get a different call sign. Yeah, although I don't think they're revoking the previous call sign until near the end of the year when they've got their systems all up and running. Yeah, back over to you.
Very good, Thomas. Hey, listen, that's really exciting. It really is. And I do remember when Helen, Queen of Scotland, MM7H Key West, sat her test. Of course, there was that, as you say, the kind of pre-exam check, and the invigilator or the observer or the tester did a wee check, making sure all the things are working right and everything else. And of course, prior to the exam, you have to go and show around the room that no one else is there. You don't have notes posted up on the ceiling and whatever else. So it's all good fun and very exciting. So goodness. Well, all the best, and I think you said the 13th of March is the actual exam itself. So, well, we look forward to hearing, hopefully, positive news. But if it's not, Thomas, just get straight back in there and set up for the next time. But hopefully it'll be positive first time round. And Thomas, just want to ask a question about the call sign. So if you do pass the next exam, what are you able to choose? Because honestly, it's been so long. Everything's changed so much. So how are the call signs allocated? Are you able to choose your next call sign or whatever? How is that? I think you mentioned it might be some time before you can get the call you're looking for, or maybe I got that wrong. So how are the call signs allocated if you manage to pass the test on the 13th of March? Just how does that work? Back to you, Thomas, from GM0 UUB.
M7LGM. Yeah, so you get to choose the last three letters of the call sign. Yeah, I think that currently the intermediate they're issuing the 2-0. Yeah. So yeah, you can sort of go into the Ofcom, whatever it is, and then you can put in the three letters that you want, and then it'll say if it's available or not. Yeah, I think you can pay, I think £20 or so to maybe choose a 2E1 or 2 whiskey 1 with a sort of call sign. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, I don't think they implemented the M8s or the M9s until the near the end of the year. Apparently, they've got to get their sort of system all adapted to it and everything. So yeah, even though I sort of will get the intermediate one, yeah, I'll still be able to use the M7 call sign until they revoke it, which is probably near the end of the year. Yeah, so you can choose the last three letters, or you can say pick one for me or something. Yeah, but last time I ended up picking mine, so I didn't sort of end up with a call sign that was too tricky to say, or yeah, so I just sort of did use randomly generated three letters and pick one that sounded good phonetically and in Morse and everything. But no, it's you.
Very good, Thomas. No, that made absolute sense. And yes, you can still look for what's available for the 2 Echo. But yes, the M8 and M9s are meant to be coming in, and don't know exactly when that's going to happen. But no, just when I heard you saying the end of the year, I was wondering, do you have to wait for the end of the year to get an intermediate call? Well, hopefully not. So no, you've clarified that. So thank you, Thomas. Thank you. That was just me. Just took a wee moment there, so no problem at all. Now, Thomas, it's always great to hear from you, sir. It really is. And, well, all I can say is all the best and good luck with everything. And I'm sure you'll do well on the 13th of March. But like I say, sir, if it doesn't go so well, just go straight back in and get into the next round you can possibly do. But, you're an amazing operator. We love to have you on board here. It's great to hear you. You experiment with so many things. You've taught many of us older amateurs that have been around for many, many years, different things because you've just been doing such a great job. And so it's just great to hear from you there, Thomas. So all the best to you for the 13th. And when is this? This is the 7th. So the 13th is going to be quite close. So anyway, Thomas, we'll wish you well, and do tell us how you get on. And I'll throw it back to you one more time for any final comments. M7LGM from GM0UUB. Back to you, my friend.
Yeah, I think I've said everything I wanted to say. Back over to you from M7LGM.
Well, thank you, Thomas. We'll say 73 to you and have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll talk to you again very soon. All the best to M7LGM. With that, let's carry on down the list and go and speak to Scott out there in Houston, Texas. That is, of course, November 7th, Fox Golfa. Golfa? Where does Golfa come from? Golfa Papo. I'm not too sure. Anyway, no, it's definitely November 7th, Foxtrot Golf Papa. There we go. Got it right there. Scott, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. And for goodness sake, the mic is all yours.
GM0UUB from N7FGP. Good evening, Graham, and hello, everyone on the net. This is Scott, and I am located in Houston, but right now I'm headed back to Houston from San Diego, so I'm currently about 2 hours outside of Tucson, Arizona. Hope to make it back to Houston by Sunday late evening. So it's been a long drive. Drove to San Diego, dropped off the kiddo, turned around and headed back. It's about a 3-day drive if you split it up into 8-hour sections or so. That's me. Driving down the road. Back to you.
N7FGP from GM0UUB. Well, thank you so much, Scott, for checking in and saying hi. Really do appreciate that. And well, you drive safe. I think are you the driver? Or are you the passenger? I'm not too sure. But anyway, you're sounding great. No problem. We can hear the mobile sound in the background. You're rolling along the road there. But hopefully you're staying safe while you're on the radio. But Scott, it's great to see you there, sir. It really is. I'm just having, I'm being so nosy. I keep on saying I'm always nosy, but I actually am. And just having a quick check-up of your QRZ.com page. And I can see you're a medically retired, a first responder there and everything else. But currently sharing net control duties on Saturdays, Insomniac Trivia Net. So are you still doing that, sir, on the Win system and the backup net control for the Alaska Morning Net? We have lots of Alaska Morning Net net controllers that check into this particular net. That's great. And they also, where does that picture, I have to ask you, where does that black and white picture of a cameraman and everything else and all the rest, are these pictures of you, sir? I have to say. And Wow, they're amazing. Anyway, back to you from GM0 UUB. I'm enjoying this.
Oh yeah, Graham. Yeah, that's that picture with the camera was my first job in TV when I was 18 back in probably 1977, 78, probably 78 about then. And yeah, I do the Insomniac Net. I do Saturday nights. I split that up with Wilt, WB7BPI, and this weekend both of us are going to be out of town, so. I won't be doing the net tomorrow night, but we'll have somebody fill in. And yeah, the Alaska Morning Net, that's new for me. I've only got one net down, so I just kind of will fill in when needed. It's fun. I like doing it. I like doing the net control stuff. Back to you.
Well, Scott, thank you so much, and I love those three pictures you put up. I believe it's by, 18-year-old, and then something else-year-old, and more kind of present. It's actually wonderful. Honestly, anybody out there, go and check it out. Go on to QRZ.com, look up November 7, Fox Golf Papa. Those are amazing pictures, and wonderful. So, good stuff. Anyway, Scott, thank you so much, and I do like to check into Alaska Morning Net whenever I can, so I do also, my claim to fame is that I won the Red Lantern back in 2019. The Red Lantern was awarded to the person that checked in last but not late, most often throughout 2019. And I actually won the Red Lantern. I have a physical Red Lantern out in the shed there that I, from time to time, do actually light. So there we go. Anyway, Scott, thank you so much. And hey, listen, you take care out there, Rolling Mobile, and we'll no doubt speak to you again very soon, maybe even on the Alaska Morning Net. But Scott, thank you, and thanks for doing what you do. And I do encourage everybody not just to look at Scott's QRZ.com page, but to look at your own and try and update it. Put up some pictures up there, one or two, and we do love to see them. Thank you so much, Scott. You take care, sir, and take care mobiling. So I didn't realize you're mobile. I would have taken you earlier. So anyway, take care, Scott. We'll say 73 to N7 FGP Mobile. Let's carry on down the list, and we're going to speak to another Scott. And he's out there in Memphis, Tennessee, also known as Kilo Yankee 4 November Bravo. A Scott out there in the land of Elvis and barbecue. Scott, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. The mic is yours.
GM0 UUB and M7 HQS. This is KY4NB and Robbie Ray from Linda Elvis and Barbecues. Whew, that was a mouthful there, Graham. And anyway, I've been listening a little bit, and we're saying prayers for Sue there, Declan's mom and Dave's wife. So anyway, somebody trying to come in there, Graham. Can you still hear me? Over.
KY4NB, GM0 UUB. Yeah, I heard a wee kind of squiggly sound. Does squiggly? Does that even mean anything? Heard a wee squiggly sound in your transmission there with maybe some interference, but no, you're loud and clear all the way through, 100% solid. KY4NB, my friend Scott, okay, take it away.
KY4NB and Robbie Ray returning. Well, yeah, Graham, I know sometimes people cut in. I listen to the Australians a lot, and they'll just cut in any time and say hi and check in, and it's just a different culture down there. We love the Australians, but they have some different rules there. And but anyway, it's all good. I was trying to get a hold of them to see that cyclone's coming in and made landfall on the Gold Coast, and we've got some friends there from the ham radio community. But anyway, they weren't on, so I think the power's out. Looked bad. I hope the Queen's doing well there, Graham. And y'all hear me a lot. I'm going to let Robbie Ray just say a quick hi. She said she had a headache, but I know y'all want to hear from her.
Hey, Graham. Hey, Helen. Hope y'all are doing good and going to have a good weekend there. I was meaning to tell you, I don't know, in the last few weeks, actually, but I've been able to watch some of the BBC news over here, so to get another perspective of a lot of things. Anyway, it's interesting. It's good. So just wanted to say hi, and I'm going to give you back to Scott.
Okay, Graham and Queen Helen, back over to you, and we'll be listening here. Robbie Ray's getting stronger day by day, and we've been watching the Eagles. They've got 2 chicks they're feeding, and I think another one's Pippin, Big Bear Lake Eagle Cam in California. Back over to you, Graham, and the Queen.
Oh, very good, Scott. And hi, Robbie Ray, and I'm glad you're feeling better and the headache's a little bit better and everything else. That's absolutely wonderful. And well, thanks for all that. And well, first of all, of course, that cyclone, they haven't seen anything like that for many decades, that's for sure, on the Gold Coast. So just hope and pray that everybody's okay in that direction. So I was trying to look up some kind of live feeds and everything else earlier, but didn't manage to find too much. But anyway, hope everything's doing well. I think it's round about this time, this kind of hitting the coastline and moving on. So we'll just have to hope and pray that everything's not too bad over there. And but anyway, fine business. And well, having a look at the BBC, I don't know. Actually, the BBC is actually a very good source of news and information, and they pride themselves of verifying everything they do. Robbie Ray, they verify this and they verify that, and goodness me. But anyway, we're not going to get too much kind of involved in any kind of political stuff and how things are presented. But we'll just have to live with it, that's for sure. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, man, I'll tell you. Scott, there was something you mentioned there, and I was going to say, well, no, I can't, honestly, I can't think of it. Scott, you mentioned something. I was going to give you some news, and I don't know what it was. But anyway, myself and Helen, we had, just in case you didn't hear earlier, we had a wee trip up to Inverness to see my mum yesterday. So that was really nice, and came back down and last night in the dark, and driving in the dark, man, I'll tell you, as I'm getting older, you have to kind of concentrate an awful lot harder, so it kind of took a lot out of me, I have to say. But anyway, that's no problem, and but I don't think that was what it was, but anyway, Scott, I'm going to pass it back to you, sir. 54NB from GM0UUB. Back to you, my friend.
KY4NB and Robbie Ray returning. I think I was checking on Sue, Declan's mom and Dave's wife, and I did catch enough of it earlier that they were headed to the hospital to pick her up to bring her home, so that's good. She's doing better. I've heard lots of respiratory illnesses. We went through that with the flu, and then today some people from all over the country. So anyway, the respiratory stuff. But the spring's coming, and it's getting warmer, although I heard y'all are getting snow tomorrow or maybe sometime soon. We've had some cold snaps and below freezing, a week ago or something. It was crazy. It felt like winter again. No snow. But anyway, I think we had a little ice or something. I can't remember. But anyway, maybe we did have a little ice or something. Well, anyway, it's that time of year there, Graham. And don't see for Robbie Ray. Oh, we've been watching the videos on YouTube about the wild haggis roaming the moors of Scotland. Yes, the wild. The question is, are multiple haggis called haggai or haggis? Well, I think it's haggis. I'm just kidding. Here's Robbie Ray, third party.
No, we were watching the wild haggis. Was it on YouTube?
Yes, very interesting animals, Graham. Everybody needs to watch the wild haggis.
Oh, and there's a whole club of people that go out and
Foundation, the Wild Haggis Foundation. Excellent videos. Back to you, Graham and Queen Ellen. Say hi to the Queen. We love y'all. 7 3s. KY4NB.
Well, KY4NB, this is GM0UUB. Graham here, your net control, and well, thank you so much, Scott, Robbie Ray. Hey, listen, guys, we love you to bits, that's for sure. And yes, certainly, as far as Mike Whiskey 7, Foxtrot Delta India finally did it. Sue, she is returning home. I believe she is home. Yep, we've got a wee message from Declan saying that he's now online, so he's back home and everything else. So yeah, the Declan and Dave went over and they picked her up from hospital, and she's back home. So that's absolutely great news. So good stuff. And as far as the wild haggis is concerned, well, of course, haggis, it's just haggis is singular and plural. It's like sheep. You know, you can have one sheep and you can have a dozen sheep. So you can have one haggis, you can have a dozen haggis. So you don't do haggai or haggises, it's just 1 or 12 haggis. That's just the way it is. And this time of year, yes, of course, they're not just wild, but hey, listen, the Scottish haggis is awfully randy this time of year. So we don't like to talk about this too much on the net. It's kind of getting a little bit kind of close to the bone, but anyway, there we go. The haggis over here this time of year are awfully randy. Yeah, you just have to try and keep out their way when they're going from one place to the other. So there we go. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. You take care. Scott, Robbie Ray, have a wonderful weekend. Please stay safe, stay well. And we look forward to speaking to you again very soon. Let's say 73 before I get myself into any trouble to KY4NB. Have a great weekend. And let's carry on down the list and come back all the way across the pond to this particular part of the world. Just a little bit up from me, up to Aberdeenshire. Goodness me. That's a fair distance. That took my breath away. And then we have our friend Craig, Mike 7, Delta Golf, who was squished earlier. He was the squished one. I knew there was somebody. Craig, welcome, sir. Happy Friday, and the microphone is all yours.
GM0UUB, this is Mike 7, Delta Golf. Evening, Graham. Evening, Helen. Evening, everybody listening to the net. Been enjoying listening tonight. Graham, I heard you say that you drove to Inverness yesterday in the dark. I know how you feel. I've just done that very safe drive up to 10, which is about, 30 miles north of Inverness, and then back down. And in the dark, with all the dazzling headlights, it's not the most fun drive this time of year. We're looking forward to the light nights coming to make that commute a little bit easier. We managed to listen to the first part of the net in the car using an Echolink connection into my All-Star node. Speaking of which, hopefully I sound a bit better this week. I've given up on DMR and digital, and I'm coming in on the All-Star and a little Yaesu HD, so hopefully that sounds a little bit better. Also, I've finished the drive, which means that the little man's here. He's asked me not to say anything about him being the critter in this house, so I won't say that. I definitely didn't. Do you know what else is going on? I suppose one thing that might be interesting to the radio group is I've just registered today for the CW Academy. I'm going to try and learn Morse code with some sort of tutelage over the next, I think the semester starts in May. So looking forward to that. I've got a straight key and a paddle key coming tomorrow. So hopefully get started and see how it goes. Not sure I've got anything else to add. Hope everybody's doing well. Like I say, hope Hal is doing well as well. And I'll pass it back to you, Net Controls. Mike 7, Delta Golf to GM0UUB.
Mike 7, Delta Golf from GM0UUB. Net Control, Craig, it's great to hear from you, sir. It really is. And, it's been wonderful. Honestly, you've made my birthday week. I mean, of course, last week we were celebrating me turning 5 and 9. and I'll be 5 and 9 as far as signal reports are concerned all year long, folks. Turned 59 last week on Friday, and so we had a good kind of birthday night last week. But it was great to hear you there, Craig. It has been, I can't believe it's been 4 years. So I know you've been busy, been doing other things and this and that. But honestly, Craig, it's wonderful to hear you back on the air, and lovely to talk to you and communicating through emails and stuff as well, and catching up. And of course, you can always give Harrison, who's getting kind of old now. You can give him a wee Scottish squeeze from a Central Scotland squeeze from Helen and myself, and say hi to Harrison. So good stuff. But no, Craig, it's great to hear from you, sir. It really is. And yes, you are sounding much better this week than you were last week. That's for sure. And the drive around when it's kind of dark, especially, is a little bit kind of. It's not stressful. It's just you have to concentrate a little bit hard. That's for sure. But, Craig, it's great to hear from you there, sir. It really is. And let me just take a wee pip. I think I'm waffling. GM0 UUB net control continuing. And they found business on joining that, I think he called it the CW Academy. And, Craig, I know CW, when I was on HF, that was my main mode of operation. I mean, for months on end, sometimes I didn't have the microphone plugged into the rig whatsoever, just the key. And always up and down. I was, still am a member of the up and downer club out there and everything else. And I did operate with paddles and bugs and whatever else. But I just preferred using the up and downer, and that was my favourite mode of operating on HF for many years. So, but as I've explained to many people, I've had my HF kind of gear down for 2.5 years. Haven't reinstated anything yet. So, do kind of miss CW. But anyway, there we go. But I did love it. It was a great mode of operation, and enjoyed it for many years. So, anyway, all the best for that, there, Craig. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Once you get yourself on the air with CW. Anyway, Craig, anything else for us? I'll pass it back to you for any final comments. MM7DDG from GM0 UUB.
GM0 UUB, this is Mike 7, Delta Golf. Just right back at you, Graham. It's been fun catching up this last week or so. I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad I got your birthday as well, especially. So hope you've had a good birthday week. And on the CW, you got it right. It was a CW Academy, and I don't know if I prefer paddles or the old up and down yet. So I've ordered both. We'll see which one I get on with. And I don't actually have any HF kit really yet. I have ordered this little QRP HF device. People might have seen it before, the True STX. Delta Lima 2 Mike Alpha November and Papa Echo 1 November Zulu. They made this little, multi-band HF transceiver. So I've ordered the kit to build that. So that should be fun. Just 5 watts. Otherwise, I'll give Harrison the squeeze that you mentioned, the Scottish squeeze. And you know what, the final comment I did want to add is I heard the mention of the wild haggis. And I suppose for some of our American friends, we could let them know how to catch them. Obviously, haggis they live on a hill, so to walk straight, they have one leg shorter than the other. And so the best way to catch the haggis is to catch them out straight on flat ground, because then they're stuck running in circles. Easier to sweep up. We don't like really advertising that outside of the country, but just a little tip for those of you listening in. Otherwise, great hearing everybody. I've really enjoyed the net tonight, and again, lovely hearing from you, Graham. So I'll pass it back to net controls. Mike 7 Delta Golf for GM0 UUB.
Well, Craig, thank you so much again. And yeah, no, it is great to catch up, that's for sure. And glad you're doing well there, sir. And you have a wonderful weekend with Harrison, and you stay safe and stay well. And no doubt we'll speak to you again very soon. And yeah, giving away a few haggis catching secrets there. Yes, of course, the haggis do have front legs and longer back ones because they love to climb the hills. But the best way to catch a haggis, chase it down the hill. Oh, goodness me, it doesn't manage to do that. And all of a sudden it tumbles and falls. And of course, the rest of the town and the village can have nets at the bottom. They can catch all the haggis as they kind of arrive at the bottom of the hill. So there we go. There's another way to hunt the haggis. So good stuff. Craig, you have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well. We'll say 73 to MM7DDG. And with that, let's go and see what's happening with Joe out there in New Hartford, Connecticut. That is, of course, W1 Foxtrot India Lima. Welcome, my friend. How are you, sir? Happy Friday. And the mic, it's all yours.
M0 UUB from W1FIL. Good evening to you, and good afternoon to all of the other folks in the good old USA. Quiet week. Happy birthday, by the way. I didn't get to say that to you last week. My birthday's coming up on Monday. I'm going to be a year older. And every year goes by faster. You notice that? That's incredible. Nothing big going on. Springtime is coming, although we have lots of wind today. And I feel bad for my poor little buddy because he just doesn't know what the heck is going on. I'll send it back to you, and then I'll tell you the rest of that story. W1FI.
W1FIL. Well, Joseph, thank you so much for being there. You have to remind me, maybe I have asked you, do you prefer to be called Joe or Joseph or anything else? And, some people go by their middle names and everything else. I do try and get it right, but sometimes I do kind of mess things up. But anyway, we'll go with Joseph for now, and you can correct me if I'm wrong. But Joseph, thank you so much for being there. And yeah, we're doing absolutely okay over here. And anyway, I'll pass it back to you for your additional comments. We're looking forward to that. W1FIL from GM0 UUB. Back to you, Joseph, unless you correct me.
I like Joe. My mother used to use Joseph whenever she was mad at me. But Joe is the name I prefer. And as you pointed out one time, there's a fellow in Massachusetts whose call was W1FYL, and his name is Joseph. But I'm W1FIL. My name is Joe. And what I was going to say about my little buddy Patch is that he just it's been so discouraging for him because we've had so much ice. And dogs have a hard time with ice because they miss all of their sense. Sense, not senses, but sense. They don't get when they are traveling over the ice. So now that it's getting less icy and a little warmer, I was thinking about him today. I was in the living room and the sun's coming through the slider and everything, the courtyard door, and he was so excited about wanting to go out. And he must have thought, oh, look at that beautiful sunshine. It feels like it's so warm. And we went out. It was probably about 5 degrees Celsius, and the wind was probably a 30-mile-an-hour gust. So he was confused. But I do still think he likes the less icy weather anyway. Back to you, W1FI.
Very good, Joe. And hey, listen, thanks for the reminder, because that was a little bit of a coincidence. I think the first time I logged you was Whiskey 1 Foxtrot Yankee Lima FYL, and that was a Joseph, but in a completely different place. And then you corrected me, it's FIL, Fox India Lima. And obviously you're also Joseph, and they preferred being called Joe. So yeah, no, thanks for the reminder. I do remember that. That was kind of fun. Anyway, thanks for the we love our critter reports here there, Joe. We really, really do. And well, thanks for letting us know and how Patch is doing and everything else, and with the weather and everything else. That's great. So thank you so much, Joe. Really do appreciate that. And what was it? Did I have anything else? Oh, dearie me. Joe, I don't think I did. So, anyway, I don't think I had any further comments. So, I'll just, honestly, I think I did have a wee question for you there, sir, in my head. And you know what? If I don't write it down straight away, man, I'll tell you, within 10 seconds, it's all gone. So, goodness me, it wasn't quite quick enough on the pen there. I did have another wee question there for you, Joe, but hey, listen, you'll just have to check in next week. And by that time, I'll remember the question. Anyway, let me throw it back to you one more time, and after we speak with yourself, sir, we'll be going for another round of check-ins. So, Whiskey 1, Foxtrot, India, Lima, this is GM0UUB. Back to you, Joe, one more time.
Well, I did wish you a happy birthday, as your birthday was last Friday. Mine is coming up on Monday, and as I also mentioned, I'm going to be a year older than I am now. And how fast the years go by as you get older, don't you think? 7-3, back to you, W1FI.
Well, Joe, thank you so much for the reminder. Of course, it was about the birthday, and well, thank you for the birthday wishes there. Of course, this time last week, on the Friday, the 28th of February, I did turn 5 and 9, and I'll be 5 and 9. Great signal report all year long until, of course, next year when I turn 60, and I can get my free bus pass here in Scotland. But anyway, there we go. Why did I even mention that? Anyway, Joe, thank you so much. And hey, listen, you didn't tell me what signal report you were producing. I produced 5 and 9 last Friday. Are you willing to tell us your signal report that is coming up on Monday there, on your special day? Just in case, if you care to share, Whiskey 1 FIL from GM0UUB. Back to you, sir.
Well, I did allude to it. And the numbers are 7 and 3. That's how old I'm going to be. 73. So your signal is 5 and 9, and I'm always saying goodbye. Well, that's not quite right, is it? Back to you, W1FI.
Very good, Joe. Well, thank you so much. And well, I'd love to say 7-3 to you just now, but it's a little bit early. So anyway, an early 7-3 to yourself there, sir. But you know, it's great to have these kind of use of signal reports and different things. All the rest. Goodness me. Goodness. There we go. Sorry, I'm just. I had to pick up something off the floor there, so there we go. Joe, it's always a pleasure, sir. Thank you so much for taking part in the net today. It's always great, and all the best for, maybe not the first to say happy birthday, but happy 73rd birthday for Monday there. So we do have a wonderful time, and we look forward to saying 73 to you next Friday. So good stuff. Anyway, Joe, thank you so much. You take care, and give Patch a wee Scottish squeeze from myself and Helen. Why not? And that would be absolutely amazing. All the best to you, sir. Take care. 73 just now. And we'll talk to you again very soon. Have a great weekend. All the best to W1FIL. With that, folks, we are at the bottom of the list. We've spoken to MM7DCDs. Let me just move it down. There we go. We're all ready for more check-ins. This is Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo. It's, of course, the International Radio Network's KB1 Multimode Net. We're looking for some more check-ins. If you want to check in, please give me your call sign slowly, phonetically, and twice. Please call now.
Mike 0 Alpha Lima Lima. Mike 0
November 9
Alpha
Kilo
Lima
Golf
Lima. Hi, Graham.
N9 KGC Ray in Evansville, Indiana.
Net Control. This is Kilo India 7 Papa Kilo Lima. KI 7 PKL. Short time.
And also Mike 6 Charlie Tango Papa. Mike 6 Charlie Tango Power.
Okay, Net Control recognises in reverse order. A little bit of a noisy contact there, but Simon's out there. Mike 6, Charlie Tango Papa. You're on the list there, Simon. Thanks so much. Rock and Roy, he's short time. Roy will be with you shortly. That is, of course, KI7PKL. We do have November 9, Kilo Golf Charlie. That's Ray out there in Evansville, Indiana, the author of ZMR Radio. And Mike 0 Alpha Lima Lima. That's our good friend Alex near Manchester in Englandshire. So good stuff. Anyway, let's go to the short time station there. That is, of course, the voice of Friday on Alaska Morning Net, KI7 PKL. Roy, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. Roy, the mic is yours.
Well, hey there, Graham, and everybody on the net. Yeah, it's just a really nice day here today. Oh man, we've been having some nice weather today, and I've so been enjoying it. Been getting out, getting some sun, and definitely getting ready to do that today. It's just a beautiful afternoon. Sun's out. It's maybe 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, not as warm as it could be, but hey, it's going to be warm enough. So anyway, my buddy's going to pick me up here in just a couple of minutes, and we're going to head up the street for a couple of frothy beverages. How about that? So, and
KI7 PKL, you just kind of dropped out towards the end. You just said you and your buddy's going to pick you up. You're going out for a couple of frosty beverages and everything else. Roy, can I come with you, sir? KI7 PKL from GM0 UUB.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, you can come with us. Graham, you are welcome to come with us to the pub anytime. So, you know, it might be back home by the time you get here, though. That's the only problem. Hi. But, yeah, great if we could just have a whole bunch of good friends here at the pub. We would have a really good time. But, you know, many friends will probably never meet in person, but, you know, we sure would like to. How about that? Anyway, I'm going to head out of here momentarily, so, hey, you called for check-ins at just the right moments, because I'm putting on my shoes to head for the door. Anyway, my friend, thanks for taking my check-in, and we'll talk to you down the line. This is KI7 PKL.
Well, Roy, it's always a pleasure, and honestly, Roy, in my dreams, it'd be honestly, it'd be a wonderful, wonderful occasion just to step out the door and head off to the pub with yourself and your mates and some of my mates and the musical buddies we have and everything else. That would honestly just be absolutely amazing, wouldn't it? But anyway, you put on your rocking shoes there, Roy, and head out and enjoy the rest of your day. Have a lot of fun and off to the pub. You know, actually, I've not been, apart from, I think twice we've gone into a pub for a kind of lunchtime meal, but since before COVID, you know, we were kind of regular pub goers, and we've never been back out ever since. You know, so that's before 2020. I think the last time was January 2020. I actually went out to a pub and had some pints of beer with friends, and ever since then, it's just never happened. So, kind of strange times, really strange. And of course, many of our kind of pubs and everything else across here in the UK have closed down since COVID. They've never recovered and everything else, and the things have just definitely changed. Anyway, Roy, I'm not going to hold you up, sir. You get your rocking shoes on there, get out there, enjoy the Friday and enjoy the weekend, and stay safe and stay well. And rock and Roy, we look forward to speaking to you again very, very soon. So we'll say 73 to KI7 PKL, short time. Let's go to the top of the list, and there we have our friend Alex out there near Manchester. Mike 0 Alpha Lima Lima. Alex, welcome. And Alex, happy Friday. And the mic, of course, it's all yours.
Happy Friday, Graham. Mike 0 Alpha Lima Lima returning. I hope you and Helen are well. I've been listening for the last 20 minutes or so, and I heard you talking about haggis. Something I read in the newspaper today, quite horrific. The famous Melton Pork Pie Association, and we all love Melton pork pies, hold an annual pie competition, and the winner this year is what was a butcher in Bathgate in West Lothian, and his pie was a Scottish. Wait for it. I'll stop laughing. Was a Scottish kebab pie. I heavens knows what's in it. A Scottish kebab pie. Well, I hope that's not a threat to our famous haggis. Sorry, shouldn't be laughing. I don't think kebab pies will ever replace haggis. Something interesting, though, in that news article, which I didn't know, apparently pies were first, inverted commas, invented in the UK about 700 years ago in the Middle Ages. And the poor people then used to make pies out of the entrails of animals. and the entrails in medieval English were called umble, without the H, U-M-B-L-E, umble, and hence they were called umble pies. And that's where we get the phrase today, to eat umble pie, except some people today put an H in front of it and say, to eat humble pie. It's a crazy world, Graham. Back to you, GM0UUB from M0ALL.
M0ALL from GM0UUB Net Control. Alex, it's always a pleasure, sir, and actually it's always a learning moment when you check into nets. You know, your contributions to various nets, not just this one, but the other ones that I listen to and participate in, you always have something very, very interesting to say. Everybody has lots of interesting things, but you know, Alex, you come up with some kind of strange things there, and honestly, that's wonderful. I did not know the origin of the phrase eating humble pie. So you've just let us know. That's wonderful. It really is. And I have to say, as far as the kebab pie is concerned, I have tasted the said kebab pie, and it is actually very, very nice. So there we go. But I don't think it'll ever. I don't think the Scottish kebab pie will ever kind of overtake haggis, of course. But you know, we have haggis and everything. We have haggis pizzas. We've got haggis bonbons. We've got haggis and batter. We've got haggis. Oh, anything whatsoever. Yeah, you can put haggis on anything. But just once you have to go and get out there and catch them. That's the thing there, Alex, is catching them. That's the tricky business. Hi. Back to you, M0ALL. This is GM0UUB with tongue in cheek all the time.
M0ALL returning. Graham, you can stick to your kebab pie. I'll keep to my haggis, and I think I'll come out the winner. Something else I found out today. Oh, sorry, that's my clock in the background. I'm a horologist. I buy old broken clocks and I repair them. Been doing it for the last 50 years. And that one is, let's have a look at it. Yeah, that one's about 1820. It's English. I'm sorry to say, it'd be better if you were Scottish. And that one's taken me, I don't know, 6 or 7 years to repair. Oh yeah, something else I read. Apparently, we now have our entry for the Eurovision Song Contest, and it's by a band. It's a girl band called Remember Monday. That's the name of the band, and I found it on Spotify, and I listened to it, and let me say, nil point. Nil point. And everyone would say what a wonderful song it was. No way. Nil point. Oh, I don't know. If you can't laugh. Back to you, Graham. You take care. GM0UUB from M0ALL, and I wish you 7-3 as always. Take care.
Well, Alex, thank you so much. And yeah, you know, I was kind of in the same thoughts when I heard the announcement. That was our Eurovision Song Contest place. Well, I'm not too sure. I don't think it'll be Nilpois. But I think they said it had a little bit of Queen in the song, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and I'm going, really? I can't hear it. But anyway, I haven't heard the whole song. I've only heard the wee snippets they had on the telly today, so I'm not too sure. Maybe, Alex, just one quick question for you there, sir, or at least one quick acknowledgement. You've also introduced something to me. I don't know how many other listeners on the net heard the word horologist. Horologist, who is a person who designs or makes or repairs clocks and watches. So honestly, a horologist, I have never, ever heard that word in my life. And of course, I'm 5'9". I'll be 5'9" all year long. Hi. But anyway, Alex, horology. It's you've introduced something again, something new to us. So thank you. This has been so educational. Mike 0 Alpha Lima Lima from GM0 UUB.
Sorry, I forgot my call sign. Mike 0 Alpha Lima Lima. There we are. I've actually got it written down in front of me because I'm getting old and I'm forgetting. I'm getting forgetful. I'm not joking. It's actually on the board in front of me in big letters. M0ALL. In case I forget. Horology or horology. I think I've got the word right. Yes, it is. I mean, Graham, you're the school teacher, headmaster. School teachers knew everything. Horology. It makes or repairs. It is making or repairing clocks. And I can remember when I was in Cambridge, and I was walking to the university, and I passed an antique shop, and I found a really old clock. It was what's known as a postman's clock. I've still got it. That one's ticking away behind me. That one's about, I don't know, 1850. It's quite unusual because the whole thing's made of wood, even the cogs inside. That took some repairing. I can remember seeing this clock and thinking, oh, how absolutely fantastic. And so I bought it. I forget paying for food at the university. I wanted this clock instead. So I think I lived for 2 or 3 months on baked beans to make up for it. And I didn't know what I was doing, and I just took it all to pieces, and I found I had a knack. And I've been doing it now for 50 years. Totally self-taught. I've got, I don't know, well over 50 clocks, from grandfathers right the way down to mantle clocks. My most ambitious one, and I've managed to get it going, is a Jaeger LeCoultre Atmos. And that one, whoever invented it ought to be shot. It's so difficult to work on. And I've got, I don't know, 100 plus watches. They're all mechanical. I'm not into digitals. And I can take them all to pieces, every single little component, and clean them all up. I've got what's known as sonic tanks. Clean them all up, and then very, very carefully put it all back together again under magnifying glasses. I suppose you can call me a nerd. I think I'm in the same category as train spotters and stamp collectors. I'm probably worse than a train spotter. Horology. Making and repairing clocks. Take care, Graham. Back to you, GM0UUB from M0ALL.
Okay, this is GM0UB. Let me just check I've got it. Okay, very good. I just had a wee bit of a moment there with my my connections, but heard everything there. Alex, absolutely amazing. And actually, I was, honestly, it's something maybe, I don't know, maybe amateur radio enthusiasts also like all this kind of, mechanical movements and everything else, and playing about with them. I'm not too sure. But I do remember as a child, my gran, when I was born, I was actually born in her house in Douglas Row in Inverness, on the banks of the River Ness. And I remember when she said, this clock's not working, I'm just going to throw it away. And I says, hey, listen, can I have a wee look at that? So I took it apart. I was just a wee child at the time. I took it apart because I was just so interested. It was so kind of, just amazed by all the bits and pieces that worked together and everything else. And of course, people are thinking, I'm going to say, I put it all back together again and it worked. Of course it didn't. I hadn't a clue how you put it back together again. But it was so much fun. And I just remember working with all these mechanical parts and just trying to understand what's going on. So there we go. And I do see a message on the AIM window there as well from the MM7DDG. Craig saying horology. He's confirmed it is definitely right, and he also took a watch repair course last year. Honestly, I'm so interested in that. I love mechanical movements and the clocks and either watches or mantle clocks or anything else. Absolutely wonderful. So thank you, Alex. So honestly, that inspired a little bit more conversation about something different. Also learned a new word. Horology. So we've got that, folks. Write it down. Thank you so much, Alex. You take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Please, Alex, stay safe, stay well. And that was fantastic. I love that. And we'll say 73 in the meantime to M0 Alpha Lima Lima. And let's go and see what's happening out there in Evansville, Indiana. Only one person can tell us. It's Ray, also known as N9KGC. What's going on, Ray? Happy Friday. The mic is yours.
Oh, hey, Graham, GM0UUB from N9KGC. I'm outside working on this motorcycle again, putting this luggage rack on, trying to fabricate some brackets for it, because it's not the one that's made for the bike. I went a lesser expensive way, and I don't know if it was worth it. I don't know. I thought about making the whole thing myself, but instead I went with this generic semi-universal one, and I don't know. I had to modify it and make some brackets and a plate. I should have just made the whole thing. Anyway, besides that, the weather is really good out here, like 56, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is Celsius, but it's pretty comfortable. And I worked half a day in the shop, and then I guess I've been working on this an hour or two. I guess almost 2 hours now already, and there's a lot more to do. Probably won't be done till tomorrow. Other than that, I don't know. Nothing else really happening. I never heard that word either. Was it horologist? Is it spelled H-O-U-R, I guess? Like the hours of time? I've never heard of it until he mentioned it before. I'll give it back to you, Graham. Back to Net Control from N9KGC.
N9KGC, GM0UB. No, it's H-O-R-O-L. So horology. So yeah, just have a look at that, and it's just a new word we're all learning today. Absolutely wonderful. And well, Ray, thank you so much for keeping me up to date with all you're doing with your new motorcycle there as well. So of course, need to have a little bit more information there. But it looks wonderful, that new exhaust system you kind of manufactured and everything else. That's brilliant. It looks so much better than the original. So good stuff. Hope it's all working well. but Ray, I haven't heard any reports. Have you been out on the road? Have you got any kind of road reports? Any kind of out there? And how's it riding? Have you been out there at all? Looking forward to any further reports. N9 KGC GM0 UUB.
Oh, yes. Well, it has less than 40 miles on it, 40 miles. Not quite 40, almost. So I haven't driven it a whole lot, but the little bit that I have, it rides pretty good, about as expected. I've been taking it easy with it, not over revving it or anything. Taking it easy. Haven't done any long drives at all. But, no problems, really. Just some minor stuff I've had to adjust and put some Loctite on some of these bolts and stuff. That Loctite compound, so thread locker, I guess it is. So found a few things loosened up on it, but no, all in all, it's been good. All in all, it's been no problems at all. And that exhaust, I think I saved about 10 or 11 pounds. The part that I cut off, that huge muffler and catalytic converter. I think I saved 11 pounds, and that was all on the right side. So I figured it has to be better this way, right? Not only does it run better, it's lighter, and it's balanced. It sounds much better. So, I showed you those pictures. You saw those. I'll send you some other ones here when I get this luggage rack completed. I guess tomorrow, maybe. And then that'll be it. I think after that, it'll be ready. It'll have the saddlebags on it. It'll have the luggage rack on the back, and it'll be ready to take somewhere on some kind of. Once it's broke in, of course. I'm still going to take it easy around here until we get a couple 100 miles on it at least, maybe 400 or more. Then I'll consider it broke in. I don't know. All right, back to you, Graham. I'll be listening. I'll be monitoring here probably through the end of the net because I'm going to be out here working on it a little while yet. And I'll be monitoring. Back to net control from N9 KGC.
Well, thanks so much, Ray. Hey, listen, you're sounding great. I'm just asking you, because I know you've a multiple choice of various ways you connect to the net, and so I'm just asking how are you connecting today there, Ray? Just a quick question back to you, N9 KGC from GM0 UUB.
Oh, yeah. Well, today I am using the Zello link, the 851.900, the ZMR Zello link that you have set up for the connected to the IRN. And I'm using a semi-screenless radio. Well, it has a screen, but it's not a touch screen. I'm using an NECQ HD 760 for Zello only. Well, I guess you could run other stuff, but it's very cumbersome to do anything on it because of no touch screen. But that's what I'm using. Yeah, sometimes I'll use Fusion, use the YSF reflector or the DMR talk group. And past few times I was using the All-Star connection. But I'm on Zello today, so I'm glad to hear that it sounds good. That's always good. It's been working pretty well, the link that you all maintain, and thanks again for doing that. Back to you, Graham. N9 KGC.
Oh, thank you, Ray. No, I just want to double check. I mean, it does sound great. It's very punchy, very clear. It's lovely. It's great. Okay, well, thank you so much, Ray, and keep us up to date with all your business with that new motorcycle and everything else. Once you get out on the road for a proper test run, we look forward to hearing all about it. So it looks great. It really does. Looks fantastic, and it's so good that you can make your own kind of alterations and adaptations there with all the various skills that you do have in your pocket. So that's absolutely wonderful. So anyway, Ray, you have a wonderful weekend. Please stay safe, stay well. We'll say 73 to N9 KGC, and with that, let's carry on down the list. We've spoken to Rockin' Roy. He was short time, and then we go to Simon. And Simon, your connection earlier was a little bit kind of noisy and not broken, just a kind of background noise. So let's go and see what's happening with Simon out there in County Durham in Englandshire. Mike 6, Charlie, Tango, Papa, welcome, happy Friday. And Simon, the mic is yours. Please go ahead.
Mike 6, Charlie, Tango, Papa returning. Yeah, thank you, Graham. I'll just quickly check my audio before I continue to talk.
Well, Simon, I can hear you. I know what you said, but there's a very loud buzz right next to your voice, which is just as loud, if not even louder than your voice. So it's, yeah, you're kind of competing with a big loud buzz there. But I heard every word, no problem at all there, Simon. But there's something just causing a big loud buzz. But please go ahead. And let's see how far we get. Why not? It's amateur radio, Simon. We're here to experiment and see how we get on. M6CTP from GM0 UUB. Simon, back to you, my friend.
Mike 6, Charlie Tango, Papa returning. In that case, to anyone listening, I apologise for my audio. I'll look into it. The only thing I've changed just recently is I bought a new speaker for this external speaker for the radio. I've just unplugged that. Fingers crossed that fixed it, but I doubt it has. Yeah, not sure. I remember, obviously, going back to your birthday, Friday last week, I was at work. I always listened to the handheld, but could never transmit. And I remember hearing conversation about your birthday, so happy belated birthday Friday. I remember because it reminded me my birthday was the following day, so that's also been and gone. So I'll pass it back to you because I've got a horrible start. I don't want to have a long over because I know sometimes it's frustrating for people. There's a horrible sound in the background.
M6, Charlie Tango Papa, this is Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo. Well, Simon, I think you said maybe it's better if I pulled away this external speaker. Actually, it got well worse. That buzz and interference was louder than your voice. I did, I think, pick up most of what you said, and thank you for saying happy birthday for my 5 and 9 last week. I think you also said it was your birthday the day after, last Saturday. So, yeah, you maybe give us a wee signal report, hi, on just exactly what that birthday was, if that's correct. Like I say, you were very, very much under a very louder buzz since you disconnected that external speaker. So I'm not too sure what's going on over there in your situation there, Simon, but that was kind of difficult to pick up. But I think I got most of what you said, but I might have got it wrong. So there we go. Let me try once again. I'll throw it back to you, sir. Mike 6, Charlie Tango Papa. This is Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo Net Control. Giving you some time to give things a wee shake and a shugle and a shake. Why not? Back to you, sir.
Thank you, Graham. M6CTP returning. Yeah, burning. How many candles we got this way now? Enough to call the fire brigade. 46 candles this end. They're slowly mounting up. Yeah, I just remember I bought from China on eBay a lead for my radio. It's a TH9800 TYB with a detachable front. I've had it in the car for years, and I've lost the original cables to mount the head to the radio. I've only got these like 5-meter things, so I ordered a cheap Chinese lead. Maybe that's the problem. I might have to put the long lead back in line and see if that fixes it. Anyway, M6CTP back to GM0 UUB.
Very good, Simon. Hey, listen, that was a lot better, but still far from perfect. So, yeah, well, we could hear that whole over because the buzz was a little bit less prevalent than your voice. So, but it's still there. It's very, very significant. There's a very significant buzz right next to your voice, and yeah, you need to go and try and have a look at that, but fine business, and yeah, you're just a young whippersnapper. Goodness me, there we go. And anyway, Simon, thank you so much for checking in today. Really do appreciate that, and appreciate all the check-ins, that's for sure. But yeah, Simon, go and just check it out. Use the parrot. I'm not too sure which direction you're coming in on. But there's usually parrots that you can go and check out your audio and different bits and pieces. But anyway, that last over was definitely your best, but still with a lot of buzz. So yeah, you need to go and do a little bit of twiddling around with some other bits and pieces there. But anyway, Simon, thank you so much for being here. I want to say to you, have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well. We'll say 73 to Mike 6. Charlie Tango Papa. And with that does bring us down to the bottom of the list. So this is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. It's Graham here in Alloa Central Scotland. This is, of course, the International Radio Network, KB1 Multimode Net, and we're looking for some more check-ins. If you want to check in, you know what to do, folks. Please give me your call sign slowly, phonetically, and twice. Please call now.
Well, Graham, good evening. KC8FQV Mark at KC8FQV.
Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie. Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie, Cliff in Calgary.
Okay, very good. Net Control recognizes a couple of our very good friends out there. Sorry, I had a wee hiccup there. Net Control recognizes Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie, a good friend Cliff out there in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And there we do, a wee hiccup. And first of all, we do have Mark out there in Aurora, Ohio. Goodness me. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking the time to stop by. And first on the list is, of course, Mark. Kilo Charlie 8, Fox Green Victor. Mark, welcome, sir. And happy Friday, Mark. And how are you, sir? The mic, it's all yours.
Oh, Graham, KCFP. Yep. We cut some things up. Did some draining of noodles and whatever, and now we're eating. So, yeah, today we started at 40 this morning, 44. We had the sun out, yeah, this morning was out, nice. Then went away, came out, it's gone now. And I don't think we're going to see it, because I think we're going to do sunset. Well, there ain't going to be no sunset, because there is no sun, so how can we have a sunset? But everything else is going good. So, just wanted to stop in and say hello. And we'll send it back to Net Control, Graham, KC8FQV. Well, we got a lot of Hamfests, I will mention that. Yeah, everyone got Hamfests around the area. Out in Washington State, they got a Hamfest out there. Down in Texas, they got a Hamfest. And out in Elyria, Ohio, they have a Hamfest. So I'll go to that one on Sunday. Yep, we have time change, too. So we'll send it back to Net, KCFQV.
KC8FQV, Mark. Well, thank you so much, Mark. Always good to hear you there, sir. And fine business on the old ham fest happening all around you. Goodness me. You know, Mark, over here in Scotland, we don't even have a ham shop. There's just nothing. The last one was in Glenrothes. It closed down, honestly, I'm going to say about I'm going to say 20 years ago. Maybe not. Maybe 10 years ago. But a long, long time ago. So, honestly, it's been very, very sad as far as any kind of amateur radio outlets or anything else is concerned, or ham fests or anything else in Scotland has been very, very kind of poor. So, there we go. So, I'm kind of jealous when I hear you guys talking about ham fests, this and that, and all the different bits and pieces, but never mind, that's just the way it is. Mark, thank you so much for being there. Always a pleasure. I do recognise I've also added the KI5SSR. That's Jeanette in Grapevine, Texas, and I know she's going to be moving her 11 Cats network across to something different quite soon, so I don't want to kind of hold that up too much, but anyway, in the meantime, Mark, thank you so much for being there. Really do appreciate that. You take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Please stay safe, stay well, and we'll say 73 to KC8FQV. And with that, let's carry on down the list and see what's happening with Cliff. He's out down in Calgary, Alberta. Victor Echo 6, Papa Lima Charlie. Cliff, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. Always a pleasure. Cliff, how are you, sir?
Good afternoon, Graham and Helen, and everybody on the net from sunny Calgary. It's 11 degrees or so. Quite a nice day. Not much wind, and all nice day. It'll be a little cooler for a few days over the weekend, but Cinders and I have been soaking up the sunshine this afternoon. She's currently curled up by my feet under the desk. I've been poking at the computer trying to set up an all-star node, so I don't think it's quite there yet. I've got to do some troubleshooting. Anyhow, that's what I've been doing this afternoon, and almost time to take a break and think about supper. Back to you, Graham, from D6PLC.
V6PLC from GM0UB. Well, thank you, Cliff. And hey, I had I don't think it's your end, I think it was mine. I had a couple of wee dropouts there, Cliff, so apologies for that. And you said you're working on something today, and honestly, Cliff, I'm sure it wasn't your end. I think it's mine. I've identified the problem. I think it's rectified. So anyway, Cliff, can you come back? You were working on something today, so let me just throw it back to you to see what were you working at today, Cliff. And sorry, it's all. I think it's rectified. V6PLC GM0UB. Back to you, my friend.
No problem, Graham. I'm just trying to set up an all-star link node. And I've got, I think, the software programmed. I think the hardware is all okay. But I added the Echolink configuration to it as well, but I'm not seeing the node showing up. So obviously I've done something wrong. And I'm not sure if the all-star side of it's working either. So lots of troubleshooting still to do, it looks like. Back to you from V6PLC.
V6PLC. Well, thank you so much, Cliff. And yeah, you know what? I love All-Star. I do. And I've got an issue with All-Star. Of course, if you do have an All-Star node, you can add Echolink onto your node. And I've got several All-Star nodes now, and of course Echolink. Well, you can only add one at a time through the any kind of single network. But Cliff, I've got an issue as well. I've got my All-Star, one of my All-Star nodes has Echolink connected, and you can see it on the Echolink connections on the Echolink website, GM0UUB-L. But if I try and connect to anything through the node, it just says they cannot connect. And so I think that's more to do with my router. Now, all the ports are open, all the ports are meant to be open here, but I think because I'm working with a kind of mobile Wi-Fi over here, I think that's the issue. It just there's just something that just doesn't allow it to happen. But I'm connected as far as Echolink website's concerned, but I can't connect to anything. So there we go. But I think it's because I'm doing a mobile Wi-Fi connection that I'm using right now. So anyway, there we go. It's all fun. VE6 PLC. I'll throw it back to you one more time from GM0UUB.
Okay. Well, I wonder if the port phone needs a static IP address or a fixed IP address for it to work. And if you're set up for DHCP for having it assign the address and it's changing from time to time, that may cause problems. Depending on the router, you may be able to set up a fixed DHCP address to the MAC address of the computer. So that may be one way to sort that out, and then make sure the port forwarding or the open ports are going to that IP address. Other than that, I can't think of anything. It's been so long since I set up my Echolink node, and I haven't had to touch the port forwarding. I can't remember exactly how that all works. I'm going to have to look at it now just in case I need to change it. I tried to keep the same ports and the same IP address, so hopefully I won't have to do anything with the router config, but I'll have to check that as well. But that's something you can look into. Back to you, Graham, from VE6 PLC.
Very good. Well, thank you for that, Cliff, and I'll have a look at that. But yes, it's all kind of strange, but it just won't connect. It's connected, but it won't make me connect with any. I can't connect to any Echolink channels whatsoever. So through this All-Star node, but. It does show on the Echolink.org website. It's there. There we go. But no, I think there's a little bit more to work with there. But because it's a mobile, it's our kind of a mobile Wi-Fi that I'm using as our broadband here. I think that's the main problem. So how to get around that, I'm not too sure. But anyway, we'll work at it. It's absolutely fine. And not that I'm missing anything, I do like to use Echolink when I'm using out there mobile or on my phone or some of our network radio and stuff. So I'm not missing anything, so it's all good. Anyway, Cliff, in the meantime, thank you so much for being there, sir. It's always great to talk to you. And thanks so much for taking time to stop by to the net today. Really do appreciate that. And you and yours, and Cinders, of course. Oh, goodness me. Please, let me take a wee pep for this. Oh, there we go. Now I've got it. GM0UUB net control. And, of course, I didn't want to time out before I said, please send a wee Scottish squeeze to Cinders from myself and Helen. So absolutely wonderful. Cliff, you take care, my friend, and have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe and stay well. And we look forward to speaking to you again very soon. We'll say 73 to Victor Echo 6. Papa Lima Charlie. We've had a wee a check-in from the almost instant message blue chat box thingy there. And that is, of course, from the Texas Kisser. Goodness me, it's KI5SSR. And am I losing my voice? Anyway, KI5SSR from GM0UUB. Welcome, Jeanette. A happy Friday. And the microphone, it's all yours.
Hey, thank you, KI5SSR. Been out working. I just had some people here working on taking some trees down from that storm we had that was laying on my electrical lines. I didn't know that. So, and I had them take down our antenna, our 2-meter, and some other things that were on it because it got destroyed too. We're not going to put it up. Not going to put it back up for now anyway till we move. But anyway, how are you and Helen doing?
Well, thanks so much, Jeanette. And hey, listen, myself and Helen, we're doing fine. We're absolutely fine. And of course, last week we were saying we're going to try and head up to see my mum over the weekend. And hey, listen, we had kind of head cold, a tummy bug, this and that. My mum was also suffering. She was having some difficulties there too. So it's a season, isn't it? We all have bugs and all the rest, but anyway, by Wednesday, we all reported good. So yesterday, myself and Helen, we drove up to Inverness, the capital of the Highlands, where I was born, of course, and we'd had a nice day with my mum, drove back down in the evening. Of course, in the evening, it's kind of dark and a 3-hour journey, and hey, listen, I kind of get tired. Have to concentrate so much when you're driving in the dark. But no, we had a great day, absolutely wonderful, and there we go. So we're doing fine there, Jeanette, and I hope you and yours are doing well as well. KI5SSR, back to you from GM0UUB. Go ahead.
Well, hey, Graham, I forgot to do the Texas Kiss for you from the Texas Kisser, KI5SSR, and sounds like you guys are going to have a great time. I think it'll be great to get out there and see your mother. Got to visit your parents while you still have them, and it sounds like everything is going good. I'm just so glad to hear that. I do want to plug my group, so I do have the Happy Hour Net coming up after this one. Here in 25 minutes it starts on Fireside, and 11 Cats at 7 Eastern time. This net, Graham's net, and others' nets can be found. Their information and ways to connect can be found on my website at 11cats.org. So check that out. And tomorrow night we have the TNT. Tonight we have a special host with a special question. It's going to be fun. But tomorrow, the TNT net at 7 Eastern, Sundays, the AFC, Amateurs for Christ Radio. Also, all kinds of other information on my website, pet information, so check some of that out as well. And also, there's the XYL net every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on the Aurora Channel. That is the Republic of Avalon Radio. Let me reset. KI5SSR, and so Republic of Avalon Radio. You can use Zello, TeamSpeak 3. More information can be found on the IRN network, and licensed and unlicensed operators, which is awesome if you're trying to get your wife or girlfriend into it, are welcome. And it is a ladies' net, but she does allow letters from the lad, so you can send her a letter. She'll read it over the air, and she does allow lads on special occasions, but it's a great way to get your girlfriend or wife involved. And these ladies, I got to tell you, they rock. They really do. They're from all over. Lillian is such a dear heart, so check it all out. Her email is xylnetwork@gmail.com, and Graham can tell you more about them because Graham does help them he helps run their NetLogger and y'all are such a great help to them. So thank you for all that you do for all of us. And yeah, so my nets are on 11 cats on Echolink, and All Stars 55763. IRLP is 0107. That information is on my website. So anyway, back to you, Graham, and it sounds like y'all are going to have a great time.
Well, KI5SSR, the Texas Kisser from GM0UUB, Graham here, Net Control. Thank you so much, tonight, and thank you so much for all you do for the amateur radio community, that's for sure. And yeah, and and thankfully we don't have to have pen and paper to get all the information. No, we just have to go to Jeanette's website there, 11cats.org. That's 11cats.org. So good stuff, and thank you so much for supporting all we do over here, and including this particular net. Really do appreciate that. And of course, tonight they mentioned there the XYL net that happens on a Saturday. And of course, over here on the International Radio Network, we do have two main platforms. One is this one that we're on right now, with all the various analog and digital connections for amateur radio licensed operators only. And we do have another connection that's only with Zello and TeamSpeak and some other apps. And we have various connections we make over there as well. And that's available to members and others that have not got their licenses. And what we try and do is encourage them to learn about the etiquette of amateur radio. And many do go on to achieve their licenses eventually, that's for sure. And as far as the XYL net is concerned tomorrow, you can also get more information on all the W's. Oh, goodness me, just about forgot that. Victor, Echo, right, okay. What's Jim's call again? Jeanette, can you just give me a quick reminder of Jim's call? Honestly, after I've taken a big brain fart here. So back to you, Jeanette, and yeah, their website is, no, I've got it now, vo1rv.com. Let me just tell me, Victor Oscar 1 Romeo Victor.com, and that's the website for the Roar channel, and I'll tell you all about the SWL net as well. So there we go. Goodness me. Honestly, Jeanette, just took a wee a moment there. But anyway, back to you, KI5SSR from GM0UUB. Thanks again, Jeanette, for all you do. And anything else for us? Back to you.
Thank you very much, GM0UUB KI5SSR. And I couldn't remember his call sign either, and that's terrible. Of course, I know hers. But I haven't talked to him in a while, But anyway, thank you for taking my check-in. Also, I will be hosting tomorrow's Alaskan Morning Net. I got all these nets that I do. So it'll be the Alaskan Morning Net tomorrow at 1 Eastern. So if you're out and about, come check in with me. Besides that, everybody have a great day. 73, and we'll see you on the Happy Hour Net.
Well, thank you so much, Jeanette. We'll say 73 to KI5SSR. And once again, Jeanette, thank you for all you do and all the information. Once again, folks, all the W's.11cats. That's 11cats.org. So good stuff. Thank you so much, Jeanette. You take care. And, yeah, I'll maybe try and check in later. And take care and have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe, stay well. And so this is Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo. It's Graham here in Alma, Central Scotland. Looking at the time, folks, we're getting close to, well, I think we've been here for 2 hours and 45 minutes. So I think, you know what, I'm going to go for a final call for check-ins, because sometimes I've ended up doing a final call after midnight call for check-in. So anyone else want to check in, you know what to do, folks. Hit your call sign slowly, phonetically, and of course twice. Please call now.
1 Juliet Papa Romeo. Victor Echo 1 Juliet Papa Romeo.
Kilo India 7 Sierra Bravo Uniform. Kilo India 7 Sierra Bravo Uniform.
KJ5 Juliet Victor Victor. Kilo Juliet 5 Victor Victor. Mark in Tulsa.
Whiskey Echo, correction. Whiskey Alpha 1 Echo Alpha Whiskey. Whiskey Alpha 1 Echo Alpha Whiskey. David in Aiken, South Carolina, USA.
Okay, very good. Net Control recognizes Whiskey Alpha 1 Echo Alpha Whiskey. David in Aiken, South Carolina. Good to see you there, sir. We've got KJ5 something. And I recognize the voice, sir. I've lost your suffix altogether. We'll get that in a minute. KI7SBU, Daniel, out there in Las Vegas, we've got you on the list, and Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Romeo. Pat, you're on the list as well, so good stuff. But anyway, can I just kind of clarify that call sign? KJ5, can you come back? I completely messed it up on the net logger, so the Kilo Juliet 5 station, can you come back with your call sign again, phonetically and twice?
Yes, sir. This is Kilo Juliet 5. Juliet Victor Victor. Mark in Tulsa, Oklahoma, USA. Kilo Juliet 5. Juliet Victor Victor.
Okay, sir. I only asked it because I didn't see anything on the QRZ. So you're not on QRZ there, Mark. So there we go. I thought I might have got it wrong. Oh no, actually, hang on. Honestly, folks, goodness me. Let me just take a wee pause, because we've got that all wrong. Let me try that once again. Sorry, folks. Juliet 5, Juliet Victor Victor, and let me see if this works. There we go. It's Mark out there in Tulsa. Yeah, we've got you there, sir. Oh, goodness me. Anyway, Kilo Juliet 5, Juliet Victor Victor. Well, sir, you're a brand new chicken to this night, I do believe. Mark, welcome. How are you, sir? Let me just throw it back to you just for a quickie, if you don't mind, sir, and we'll bring you into the log very shortly, but thanks for being there. Do I have your call sign right? KJ5, Juliet Victor Victor. It's Mark out there in Tulsa. Back to you.
Yes, sir. You got my call sign right. This is Kilo Juliet 5, Juliet Victor Victor, Mark in Tulsa. Yeah, I'm fairly new to ham. Just stumbled upon this channel here and this net control, and just checking it out, and just got off work and listening to you, and it's a beautiful day today, and I just wanted to check in, say hi to everybody, and that's about all I got to say. Back to the net control. 73.
Very good. Well, thank you so much, Mark, and KJ5, Juliet Victor Victor. Well, welcome to the amateur radio community, that's for sure. And yeah, you're the second brand new chicken for today. We've been here for 5 years in this net, and we lovely to have you as a regular. So, Mark, yeah, you take care. But I don't want to hold you up there too much there, sir. But do remember the connection. We are here every single week, every Friday, and it'd be great to talk to you again. But thank you. But anyway, before you go, Mark, I'm gonna. Oh goodness me, I've got my nosy nose on. So, Mark, how are you connecting today? Which route are you taking to get to the net today? KJ5, Juliet Victor Victor. From Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo is Graham here in Central Scotland. Back to you, Mark. How are you connecting?
Yes, Graham. I'm connected through the Echo Link. Everybody in the talks of going to the Hamfest. We are in Tulsa. There's a Hamfest going to happen in Claremont, Oklahoma, next month, and I'm going to go to it and check out the different radios there and probably pick me up one. I got to join the ham club, and I got a meeting tomorrow, and I'm going to go to it and meet all the wonderful people in ham and talk to them and get their advice on what equipment I should buy and just get into it and get going on it. And that's about all I'm going to do. So that's what I'm doing. KJ5, Juliet Victor Victor. Back to you, Graham.
Well, thank you so much there, Mark. And hey, listen, that's really exciting. Lots of things happening, Mark. Well, if you can manage to remember, this net does meet every single Friday, and it is, of course, the International Radio Network's net. So, if you remember the website, all the W's.irn.radio. That's IRN for International Radio Network. .radio. Please do remember and check us out. Join us. It's absolutely free to join and be a member. But yeah, we are here every single Friday. We have been for over 5 years. And Mark, we'd love to hear from you in the future and everything else. So have a great weekend there, sir, and stay safe, stay well. And we'll say 73 in the meantime. To KJ5, Juliet Victor Victor. Mark, great to see you there, sir. And I think that's our second or third brand new chicken for today. Anyway, let's go to the top of the list. And there we find Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Romeo. Welcome, sir. Happy Friday. The mic is all yours. Please go ahead.
Good evening, Graham, and to everybody on the net. I guess it's probably morning there now where you are, my friend, so I'll keep it short. Nice day here. Went out for lunch and went out for supper with friends and family, so it's my birthday, getting another year older, another day older. It's all about the same, so I'm going to be heading to Halifax tomorrow. Got to do some work there tomorrow. And but other than that, had a great day. Had a really, really nice day. So I'll keep it short, my friend. You're probably burning the candle at both ends. So we'll say 7-3 VE1 JPR here. So.
VE1 JPR from GM0 UUB. Well, sir, we haven't kind of pushed over the 3-hour mark. Once it gets beyond 3 hours, that's when I kind of start to flag. But I heard you saying there, sir, it's your birthday. Goodness me, Pat. Were you? I have to go and check the log for last week. But of course, last Friday it was my birthday. And it was my 5 and 9. I was 59 last week, and So I was given a good old signal report of 5 and 9 all day long. Indeed, actually, this whole year I'll be given a good signal report of 5 and 9, and why not? So anyway, do you want to share what your signal report is? But Mark, yeah, please. Do you want to share? I know we're not meant to ask a woman her age, but nobody said we shouldn't ask a man his age. So do you have a signal report there, Mark? And a happy birthday there, Mark. KG5, Juliet Victor Victor, over to you, sir. Okay, let me just jump back in there. And I think, yeah, have I got it? Okay, I do. I passed it back to Mark, and I should be passing it back to Pat. And VE1, JPR, and yeah, oh goodness me. Same question to you, sir. We don't ask a woman her age, but if you care to share, and once again, happy birthday, Pat. Oh goodness me, I was looking at NetLogger, and they just got a little bit, there we go. Anyway, Pat, back to you, sir, from GM0 UUB.
Bravo, this is Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Romeo. Good evening.
Victor Echo 1, Julia Papa Romeo, Pat. Yeah, honestly, Pat, can you tell us, do you believe it's a happy birthday to you, sir? And would you like to share your signal report? I was 5 and 9 last Friday. So anyway, Pat, back to you, sir. And sorry for the confusion from GM0 UUB.
GM0 UUB VE1 JPR here. My signal report is 6/6. I think.
VE1 JPR, my friend Pat, I heard you, your signal report is 6/6, so happy birthday. But yeah, you dropped out there, Pat. I'm really sorry you dropped out, so I'll throw it back to you and see if there's anything else. But thanks for the signal report and many happy returns, VE1 JPR from GM0 UUB. Back to you, sir.
Okay, I've got a little bit of a bad spot here. If I've got to move my my hotspot, move it closer to where I'm sitting here. I think I'll move it over. But anyway, yeah, no, it was a lovely day here, Graham, and I got a few years of age on you, but not too many. But we had a really nice day with friends and family. So I'll keep it short just so that you can get through your list and then get yourself off to bed and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks again so much for taking the time. It's 3 or 4 hours of your week here is very grateful. So 7-3, I'll be clear on your final.
Oh, well, Pat, thank you so much for your very kind words, and yeah, happy birthday and all the best to you and yours and everything else. And I really do appreciate that. I really do appreciate you just taking the time to step by and be here as part of our night here on a Friday. It's honestly just makes my week. It does every week. It really does. So thank you so much, Pat, and you take care and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Please stay safe, stay well. And we'll say 73 to Victor Echo 1, Juliet Papa Romeo. And let's see what's happening out there in Las Vegas. And that is where we have KI7 Sierra Bravo uniform. Daniel, how are you, sir? The microphone, it's all yours. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I'm kind of busy right now. I'm paying for something here at I had a battery replaced on an iPad, so give me a minute. Guys, have a nice day. You.
No problem, Daniel. Hey, listen, it's absolutely wonderful. Well, thank you for taking time to stop by and check into the net while you're out there busy and all the rest. Really do appreciate that. It's wonderful. Great stuff. Thank you, Daniel, and you take care and have a wonderful weekend. We'll say 73 to KI7 SBU, and with that, let's carry on down the list. And we've spoken to Mark, and so next up is Whiskey Alpha 1, Echo Alpha Whiskey. So David, good to see you again there, sir. How are you, sir? And welcome. Happy Friday. The mic is yours. Okay, let me try that once again. David, are you out there, Dave? Out there in South Carolina, Whiskey Alpha 1, Echo Alpha Whiskey. Out there in South Carolina, are you there, my friend? The mic is yours. Okay, nothing heard there, so this is Golf Mike Zero Uniform Bravo. Okay, folks, well, we're just hitting midnight here in the UK, so just in case, is there anyone else wanting to check in? Just to, not for any kind of long conversations whatsoever, because it's kind of getting late. So I'll be closing the net down, but anybody else just wants to get themselves on the list, and why not ask? If so, you know what to do, folks. Just give me your call sign slowly, phonetically, and twice. This is Golf Mike Zero Uniform Bravo with the IRN KB1 Multimode Net. If you want to get on the list before we close it down, this is your last chance. Please call signs phonetically and twice. Call now.
Just very quickly there, Graham, from Mike 6 Charlie Tango Papa.
To Echo 0, Echo Victor Papa 2E0 EVP.
Alpha Delta 8 Mike Juliet. Alpha Delta 8 Mike Juliet. Just mark me in and out there, Graham. Happy day to you, and say hello to Helen, and I'll be trying to come in next week for a little longer conversation. 88 MJ.
Well, thank you so much, and Net recognises the Alpha Delta 8, Mike Juliet, is in and out, all the way from Ohio. Alan, thank you so much, and sir, look forward to a longer QSO next time. So you have a wonderful weekend. We do have 2E0 EVP, that's Martin, out there as well. Got you there, sir, on the list, and Mike 6 Mike 6, Charlie Tango Papa. That is, of course, Simon out there once again. So good to see you there, Simon. So there we go, and I think that's it. I think that's it. So there we go. Thank you so much, guys. So we're going to go and speak to Simon, and then Martin's going to be tying the ribbons. So Simon, Mike 6, Charlie, Tango, Papa from Golf Mike 0, Uniform, Bravo. Simon, over to you, sir. Happy early Saturday morning. Sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Graham. I just want to see if I've lost my buzz from the M6 CTP.
M6 CTP. Hey, listen, Simon, that was far too quick for me, and your audio is just a little bit low. So you know what? I've turned my volume up, and can you come back with that comment once again there, Simon? M6 CTP from GM0 UUB.
Yeah, sorry to hold you up with this, Graham, but this is my audio now, because earlier on I think it sounded like this. And I'm hoping that sounds clearer compared to if I stop touching the radio. I think we've got a problem. From M6 CTP.
M6 CTP. You know, I would come back with my kind of, normal thing like, oh, nothing heard, or that was disastrous, and nothing. But I didn't. I refrained. And Simon, you're sounding great. You're sounding loud, clear, no dropouts, no buzz, nothing else. All the rest, that sounds so much better. So thank you. It's always good to know you're sounding great. M6 CTP, back to you, Simon, for anything else and anything you think you might have missed from you earlier with your disastrous connection. Hi. Simon, anything else for us? It's over to you from GM0 UUB.
Mike 6, Charlie Tango, Papa returning. No, it's all fine as long as I keep my hand on the radio. I do not have a buzz when I transmit, but as soon as I let go of the radio, I get that really bad interference. Nothing more to add. I've got some new tyres on the Land Rover today, so looking forward to testing them out on my day off. But I won't hold it. As you said, it's getting on that time of night. I'm going to go on eBay and start looking for new radios, because this one is horrific when I take my hand off it. It's, I think it's coaxial or antenna problems. I do not know. But yeah, thanks for holding the net, and great talking to you again, and we'll catch you further down the log. So 73 from M6 CTP.
Very good, Simon. No, you're sounding much better, and I think you deliberately just kind of let go of the radio and heard a wee buzz, but it wasn't anything near the buzz we heard earlier. But yeah, I think it's all kind of to do with kind of earthing, and yeah, just trying to get things earth there. So goodness me. Anyway, I'm sure you'll do absolutely fine. But no, you're sounding great now there, Simon. So good stuff. As far as tyres are concerned, honestly, on my Renault Kadjar four-wheel drive thing that pulls the caravan, and absolutely wonderful. I got my tyres changed just about 6-7 months ago, and the car behaves completely differently. It's like, oh man, I'll tell you, it's so much more solid and everything else. The tyres, of course, the tyres are the things that connect your vehicle to the road, and of course it's going to make a big difference. But man, I'll tell you, it handles so much better. It pulls better. It does everything better. Man, I'll tell you. Anyway, there we go. So with tyres, hey, we can talk about tyres, but not right now. But yeah, I know a good tyre can make a big difference. Simon, you take care, sir. We'll say 73 once again to M6 CTP, and let's go and see what's happening with Martin. He's out there in Englandshire, and only he can tell us what's going on. He's also known as 2E0 Echo Victor Papa. Martin, welcome, sir. Happy Friday. Oh, indeed, happy Saturday morning. Martin, how are you, sir? The mic is yours.
Oh, blooming hell, I couldn't get hold of the PTT in the top left-hand corner, the Thunderbolt, Lightning Bolt, sorry, on the Echolink. I don't like using the spacer bar that you can use on here. I prefer to use that little lightning symbol in the top left hand side on the Echolink. So I'm coming over the computer at the moment. So yeah, nothing much happening here. Graham, just doing some updates on the computer. I went into the house for about half an hour and I thought I'll check in before the net finishes. And as I walked in, I heard you was giving out last calls there, so I thought I'd best check in and say good evening, well, good morning to everybody, because it is after midnight now. So yeah, trust you well, Graham, and your wife as well, and yeah, I think it was last week I was mobile and I just managed to check in as well as I was heading home. So there you go. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer there, Graham, and we'll say 73s to you from 2E0 EVP.
Very good, Martin. Hey, listen, we love to have, well, I certainly love to have a kind of a regular tying the ribbons on the net. Why not? No, actually, I think I was looking to you to tie the ribbons, and then all of a sudden a VK station last week came in just beyond you. So, hey, listen, you were kind of close, but no, today you're definitely tying the ribbons. So good stuff. Martin, thank you so much. Martin, just before you go, how are you connecting today? You're sounding great from GM0 UUB. Oh, sounding good, Martin. Which Echolink connection are you using? Very good. Okay, no, I just wanted to invite you to suggest that. That's great. So, always good, and we always advertise that we're also connected to the Worldwide Amateur Radio Group over here on the International Radio Network. So, yeah, good stuff, Martin. You're sounding great. You really are. And, no, it's good to see you there. I know you connect with ourselves on the multimode system, and also on our non-RF system. You connect to, maybe not 24/7, but from time to time. Martin, I do appreciate all you do for amateur radio, and thanks for all you do. So there we go. Anyway, Martin, I'll throw it back to you for any final comments before I close the net down. 2E0 EVP from GM0 UUB. Well, thanks again, Martin, and for all you do for the amateur radio community, really do appreciate that. Okay, well, we'll say 73 to 2E0 EVP, our friend Martin out there, and all the best. And with that, folks, it does bring us down to the bottom of the list and the end of the net. So this is Golf Mike 0, Uniform Bravo. It's Graham here, and this has been the International Radio Network KB1 Multimode Net. I want to say thank you to everybody that checked into the net today. If you didn't check in, there'd be no net. And also want to say a big, huge thanks to all the people that connected up various networks, gateways, nodes, repeaters, and everything else. Goodness me, absolutely wonderful. Thank you, guys. It just wouldn't be the same. And okay, I'll just say 73 to everybody. And also want to say thank you to the listeners out there. I know there's many listeners. I do get an email now and again from people that listen, so good stuff. Anyway, all the best, and this is Golf Mike 0 Uniform Bravo. It's Graham here in Alloa, Central Scotland, returning all these various networks and different links back to normal amateur radio use. And we'll see you all again next week. We'll do it all again. Thank you, everybody. GM0UUB saying 73. Thank you. Take care.